Lights blaze bright, it's a glorious sight. The champ of the mic owns the night. With a mind so slick and a suit so clean, he's running this ring like a wrestling machine. From gold-plated deals to jaw-dropping schemes, he's the mastermind of your wildest dreams. Stand up, take note, bow down if you can. It's the Brilliant Show with the Brilliant One. He's the man.
Welcome into the British Show, and Nick Hunter, welcome back to the British Show. What's going on, man?
Yeah, man, not too much, man. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, we got a guest coming up here in just a few minutes. He has failed at Jenny Craig. He has failed at what other one? Weight Watchers, several of them. But now he's going to try to run a wrestling company, and we're going to find out with Chris Chambers right here in just a few minutes. We got a couple comments already. Steven Dixon. That's not Chris. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's Nick Hunter. Best intro ever. I know. I mean, it's the Brilliant One's intro, baby. It's the best one. Let's check it out and say that you can buy some merch at brainbustertees.com. Get you a shirt or a hat. I mean, they're going like hotcakes. Steven Dixon's got one. Several other fans have got one. All you got to do is submit your picture, and it will be shown here on The Brilliant Show if you purchase anything. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And also, check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Amazon Music, Audible, and many, many more. And also, Hunter, Nick Hunter, I know you hadn't been around in a little bit, but, we got something coming up June the 12th. Before we get our guest in here, he's coming in just a second. We got something new coming up June the 12th.
Oh, really?
Yes. We're going to review wrestling matches. If you want to get your wrestling match reviewed by a veteran who's been in the business 20 plus years, all you got to do to submit it is brilliantinc21@gmail.com. Send us the match, and we will review it on our Thursday show, June the 12th, live. A guy that's been in the business for 20 years is going to review it. We're going to do commentary on it, talk about the match throughout. And he's going to give an assessment and a grade at the end of it. And if you want to, like I said, all you got to do is email me your match at brilliantinc21@gmail.com. Now, the 20-year vet will be revealed on June the 12th. So tune in and watch it on June the 12th. Without further ado, let's welcome in former referee, former failure of Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers. Let's bring in Chris Chambers. What's going on, Chris?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I got some Rogaine for you, my friend.
It don't work. I've tried it several times. It gave me little hairs like that. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how many fans have bought me a box of Rogaine over the last few years?
Whole bunch.
Yeah. So, and I've tried it every time, and it just don't work. Have fun. Let's see here. I'm trying to get some stuff going here. But anyway, we're live on Facebook. Remember to hit that like button right here. Let's get them likes up. Make sure you leave your comments. We got some comments coming in, Chris. We're going to get to you in just a second here.
Okie dokie.
Nora Lynn. Where Chris? He's right here. You can't see him. I know you can't miss him.
Hello.
I'm submitting Worm versus Kid. Please do. Please do.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll throw it in the trash where it belongs. Oh, man, we're going to get to talking about that. ICO Pro, brother.
Yes, sir. ICO Pro.
So, Chris, give me a rundown. You got a show this coming Saturday. It's called War Youth Rally. You got some big names on there. Vladimir Koloff.
Yep.
That's the only big name you got. But, hey, it all works when you got the star there. But you got it going June the 6th and June the 7th. And if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not crazy, it's free.
Correct.
So you lost your mind. What point? But anyway, go ahead. Explain, talk about the show, and then we'll dig in a little bit deeper.
Okay, 10-4. Yeah, it started, I'll just go a little bit in the past. It started about 10 months ago. I was talking to my pastor about an idea, and I was getting to the point where mentally I was ready to stop reffing anyway, but due to physicality hurting my leg, that kind of sped up the process. Well, 10 months ago, I was talking to my pastor, and this idea came to fruition, and
Now,
it
can you
started.
spell that word?
Yes.
Okay, because I just making sure since you're saying words, I want to make sure you can spell them. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
continue on.
Spelling bee champion of 1995. Thank you very much. But anyhow, last year, I think it was June. I could be wrong, but I was at Revolt, and I refed Ray Fury against Bobby Fish. So I talked to Bobby Fish about potentially being on it, and the next day at church after that show, I was talking to my pastor, and he said, "Let's do it." You know what I mean? And it just snowballed from there. I talked with Vladimir Koloff, Hunter Young. There's going to be a few surprises. I'm not going to name names, but a few surprises in there. Got Ryan Razors, Asher Andrews, Hunter Hendricks, and so forth and so on. And from an idea 10 months ago, it just snowballed from there. And it's going to be an excellent show this week we have planned. And the reason why it's free is it's actually an outreach for the youth at our church and the community. And my little brother by choice, unfortunately, he passed away in February of this year. So proceeds are going to go to the youth department, the community, and helping his family. It's free entry, but everything else, the funds will go to those causes.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear, and sorry about your brother. But Luke Bates, that is not the Blue Bolt. That is his brother, Nick Hunter. It's not Blue Bolt. And what's Bolt? Shannon Henderson, that ain't Bolt. That is Nick Hunter. That's his brother, you know? So I know you hadn't ran your first show yet. And that is coming up. It's just days away. I mean, we're talking Friday, Saturday. Has it clicked in yet? It ain't easy to run a show.
Oh, yeah. I've kind of been a part of helping run a show, just not my show. And I actually I was telling Nick earlier, I started off as a wrestler back in 2000, 2001, got hurt, then became a referee, and now a promoter. So I kind of went backwards. So I'm actually more nervous now than I was a referee and a wrestler. So it's very eye-opening, but it's an endeavor I'm willing to do.
That sounds good. Chris Chambers, what's up? That's what Luke Bates says from the nursing
What's up,
home.
Luke? How you doing, Luke?
Now, if we can get 30 likes, I'll say this. If we can get 30 likes, he'll name a surprise. That's right. He will. He'll name a surprise. And if he don't name a surprise, I will. I got a surprise. I know what's going to be a surprise, so I'll name it. If we can get 30 likes, now we're only 20 away.
We'll name it surprise.
21 away, so come on. Give me 30 likes.
Come on. Put them likes up.
So what was the ticket price for this weekend, Shannon? I know. Hey, hold on. I got the question on this, or the answer on this one. Shannon, if you'd been listening just a few minutes ago, I know you're hard on keeping that attention span in, but it's FREE. Now, if you can't spell, that's free. If you don't know what free is, that means $0. That means you just walk in. You don't have to pay no money. All right. I love Shannon. He's crazy. These nuts. That's what Sing Fit says. Anyway. All right, Camber. So tell us how you got started in wrestling. We're at 13 likes. You know I don't like 13 likes. Get it up. Hit the like button. Come on.
Good. Hit those likes.
If we get 30 likes, he's going to give a surprise away. I already know one. I'm going to give a surprise away, too, if we can get to 50.
Yeah, there you go. But 50, you give one. 30, I'll give one. How about that? But
yeah, well, you heard right. You heard right,
yeah.
Shannon. If we get to 50 likes, I'm going to give away a surprise. If we get to 30 likes, Chambers here is going to give away a surprise. Now, My surprise is going to be big.
Big.
So big, B-I-G. It's going to be
Yeah.
big if we can get to 50 likes, I promise you. All right, Chambers, sir, I want you to go back to when you fell in love for wrestling and then how you found your way into, becoming a ref and, a wrestler. Hold on. What, Ryan Gale's got something. Brandon to CFWL. What, you know what? People just don't book the brilliant one, man. They just don't. I don't understand if it's my trash talking, whatever. But yeah, that would be good. I managed Manny Street this weekend for the first time, and that Mustang Mike's a cheater. That's all I got to say about it. But anyway, back to that. Why don't you jump in and tell us how you fell in love with wrestling and then how you got into the business? So
Yeah, back in 1988, yeah, I'm old. Yeah, back in 1988, I was 4 years old, and I started watching WrestleMania 4. It was that big tournament to crown the WWF champion at the time, and it ended up being, if I'm not mistaken, it was Macho Man and Ted DiBiase. And I've been watching wrestling since, whether it was WWF, NWA, AWA, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, you name it. If it was wrestling, I watched it. And the bug bit me back then, and I just been into wrestling ever since. Now, as for wrestling, back in mid to late 2000, I started on the PWA, Pensacola Wrestling Alliance street team, passing out flyers, etc., etc. And it was Bobby Doll. I don't know if you know that name, Bobby Doll, Bob Gavani. Well, he pushed me towards Afrin and Sika. So I was able to train with them for a little while, but then I went back to Bobby Doll, and that's where I did the rest of my training. And then I wrestled not very long because I got hurt. I took a botched superplex, and that just killed my wrestling career. I got a real bad concussion, and I was an immature 17, 18-year-old at the time, so I just got soured on it. So I just stopped doing it for 20-something years. And then right before COVID hit, I started talking to Tiny Tiswell about training to be a ref and stuff. And he knew about my background and stuff like that. And after COVID was finished, ended up, started training to ref, and that's how I became a ref there. I went from APW with Tiny. He introduced me to Shannon. He helped me spread my wings reffing, and just different promotions after that. And that's pretty much the gist of it. And in my reffing career, I got hurt twice. I broke my wrist, and then hurt my leg. So that's why I ended up just having to stop doing it physically. But I still have the connections and still have the networking and whatnot. And I have the backing to do these shows. And the rest, they say, is history.
Get you some water, Sing Pet says. I think you did need some water.
Yeah,
I mean, how many Twinkies did you eat before you came on?
None. No, at work, I clean at work, and we've been dealing with chemicals, and it's all up in my throat. So
you was in the RV doing the Breaking Bad, cooking
maybe.
up.
But yeah.
John Taylor, you in here? What's up, my boy? How are you? We need to get you back on. We need to do a live again. Kenny Kraft, speaking of Breaking Bad, Kenny Kraft's one of Walter White's customers. Nick Hunter, I appreciate what Chris is doing. I'm sure you do, Retro. I'm sure you do. What's up, Stephen Dixon? But Nick Hunter, man, what you got? What you got for Chris? I know you got a few things because I'm fixing to dig into some good stuff. Remember, we get 30 likes. Chris is going to give away a big surprise. And if we get to 50, I'm going to give away a big surprise. So for the show this coming Friday and Saturday. But Nick Hunter, I'm gonna let you have it for a minute.
Oh, all righty. Well, Chris, I got a question for you here. So,
Okay.
for your promotion,
Mhm.
what promotion like what inspired you to want to start this promotion? Like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
like
like where like because I think that everybody who's done a promotion has watched a certain promotion and said, you know, I would love to run my own promotion. You know what I mean? So, is
Mhm.
there any particular promotion you watched and said, I want to do this?
Yeah, I'll dive into how sort of that kind of came into fruition a little bit later, but
Mm.
the two promotions that I've been to, I've watched, I've actually refereed at one. Law. Paul does an amazing job with
Yes,
Law
he does.
and
Mhm.
Guardians Legacy. It's about bringing. It's using wrestling as the vehicle to share the gospel and help lost souls because everybody's going through a lot. And honestly, and this hurts my heart here, it's to help people so they don't become my little brother. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because I'll go ahead and say it. He committed suicide in February because of bullying, and I can't stand bullying like that. So my inspiration is what LAW is doing and Guardians is doing, and that's how I kind of want to base the promotion. And thankfully, my church is giving me the start to do that at the youth rally.
Awesome. Awesome to hear. Awesome to hear. So you say you were going to touch on a little bit of how it came to fruition. Would you like to tell us about that right now, or?
Yeah, I can if you want me to.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Hold on, get some more water.
You sure that's water?
Yeah, it's water.
We're only 6
Spring water.
likes away from a surprise being announced.
Yeah.
So
No,
Hey,
6
like it.
likes. Let's go.
But no, back in my time frame here might be a little off, but I think it was like in 22, I believe.
Mhm.
I had purchased the CWL ring from Tommy.
Awesome.
we're gonna wait on that because
Okay, we'll
Oh,
scratch that.
we're gonna wait on that
We're
because
gonna wait on
because Mark Johansson just brought up. So let's talk about the stuff nobody else has the guts to say. Oh well, we're going to trust me.
yeah.
We're going to, and we're about to get into that because
We'll get into
before you
Springs.
start diving off into the Tommy in the ring because I really want to get to that. We're going to talk about that, but before I get to that, let me just ask you about a certain person,
Okay.
or not even a person. I don't think a certain worm.
Yeah.
Now you know how I feel about that little spineless coward. Because I mean, if somebody was on a podcast talking trash about me, they would get a response, but I just get blocked and moved on. But anyway, and Chris, I don't want you to hold back now. I want you to let the truth out, let it be free, cleanse the soul, as you say, cleanse the
This is the
soul.
brilliant show. Come on, you gotta give
That's right.
us.
You,
You gotta
you
give
got to
us
lay it out
the
there
scoop.
for us. So let's hear about the worm, and then we'll get to other stuff.
Okay, now I'm not going to go like too negative or anything.
Oh
but
no! Now we got to dig into that hole. You got to dig into the wormhole now. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah, I'm gonna tell the truth.
The God's honest truth. Let's go.
Yes.
And then I'll
When I
go.
started going to the shows again as a fan, I met him and thought he was a decent kid and stuff like that. And then when we got into the business for the second time, uh, uh, it started off cool, but then after that, I'm people think I'm pretty much naive, but I'm not because I was bullied. I was treated like crap growing up. So I had this keen sense of seeing through a facade and seeing through that kind of stuff. Well, later, my time frame's not good right here, but later in the years since then, I thought I could truly put my trust and respect into him, and I got stabbed in the back for real. And like I said, I'm not going to drag his name through the mud, but I will say this: be careful who you put your trust into and your investment into, because if you don't have that discernment and that clarity, it could bite you in the butt.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and drag him through the mud. I don't mind. He's a piece of trash who has no value in wrestling and doesn't even get. He shouldn't even have the honor to be in the wrestling business. So I mean, I could go on and on. I could show pictures. I could do this, but I'm not. What's Hunter Hendricks over here saying? Brilliant one on Demon Time. He's sipping them Voodoo Rangers. That's right. That's right. I sipped the Voodoo Rangers. That's right, buddy. Hey, this is not my favorite one. I don't really care for this one. This one's not that great, but it's still all right. Tomato. Yes, I do have that tomato picture. As a matter of fact, it's on my story now. How you doing, Ricard? But yeah, I don't hate anybody. I think me and you talked about this, Chambers.
Yeah, we did.
I don't hate nobody. I dislike people, and there's very few people I dislike. I can count on my hand how many people I dislike, and really, I've only got one. I just turned on. Let me guess. You were just talking about Walter. That is true. I was. New Belgium.
New Belgium cats?
What does that mean?
No, it's not New Belgium. It's the it is New Belgium, but it's the Juicy Hazy IPA.
Uh-oh. Gotcha.
I'm very old. Bifocals. Still read it.
We got a Humpty Dumpty in here. Look, I gotta ask. I need a brilliant autograph, 8x10, for my collection one day. Will you have one? I sure will, Sam. I will have one soon. As a matter of fact, it's gonna be a good one, and it'll be $100 for you, and I will sign it for an extra $10.
Make that money, honey.
I don't know if he's juicy like a tomato, but I don't know about all that. Let's see here. Walter is away. Well, I'll read it. I don't know if that needs to be on screen.
Yeah.
Walter is a waste of something and oxygen thief. He needs to scrub his mouth out with a. I'm not going to go there. And then. Yeah. Steve O'Malley, yes. Yes, it is. What a bargain. I know we don't want the snake near wrestling. No, the worm. That's a worm. I guess he can consider himself a snake. Oh, it's intriguing. What's intriguing is we'll get to it. But what I want to get to now, a little more meat. You was about to bring it up, but before you get into that whole deal, it goes good, Humpty Dumpty. You'll smoke him for the right price. Trust me, it ain't worth your time, sugar.
What's up, sugar?
But let's get to the CWL ring. Tommy sold you the CWL ring.
Yeah, actually, I bought I'm going to say it was 2022. I bought the CWL ring because I wanted to do a training school and eventually do my own promotion. But things happen, blah, 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 blah. And a few years later, ended up being, what do you call it? It was a 4-way partnership with somebody. And the deal was they can use the ring because at the time I didn't have the facilities to have the ring up for the school. So I made a deal with Brent and Tommy to do they could use the ring. I get some kickback from the students and stuff like that. So I can get my own facilities to run the school and stuff like that. I had who's in CFWL with me, Jamie Powell. He was going to help train, and a few others. We were going to make this a legitimate training school and stuff like that. But things happened. Life happened. I hit a lot of bouts of depression and stuff like that, like I was telling you before. And one thing led to another, and I couldn't do it no more at the time. So I had made a deal to sell the ring back. But in this process, I had come into some fortunes, and I had loan. I'm not going to go too juicy, but I had helped Tommy out with a loan, and instead of him paying me back, I would get some title belts, some other things, and CWL, the company, and that's how I became the owner of CWL. Well, I love what CWL did in the past, but I was feeling to do something different. And then back when I talked to my pastor about 10 months ago, that's when it really started clicking. And that's why I did the change from CWL to CFWL. And that's pretty much the history on that right there.
I didn't get enough out of that. I didn't get enough out of that. So while we're here, I'm gonna ask a name. We'll do word association. You good with those?
I'm good with that.
We'll do word associations. Brent.
Unreliable.
Don't get tongue tied now. Don't get tongue tied.
Unreliable.
Unreliable. Get a little more into it. Unreliable. What's unreliable? We got five away.
Not
five
truthful.
away. Not unreliable and what?
The whole ring situation.
No, you said non-reliable and untruthful. Is that what you said?
Yeah, unreliable and untruthful.
I'm trying to get there, St. I'm trying. This is a tough nut to crack. Okay,
It is.
It's a tough nut to crack. We're 5 away from 30, and he's going to give away a surprise. And if we can get to 50, I'm definitely going to give a surprise away now.
5 more, and I'll give a surprise away.
Because I'll just say this: I didn't book this show, but I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I book shows. But anyway, we're going to move on and move to the next word association. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Ladner.
Same. Same.
Oh, you make these lives great, St. Pet. You do when you're around. You do. I want St. Pet on an episode, but he retired and told me not to book him on a podcast. So, and if you have seen my Facebook story, I did a tribute to the retired. So, I mean, it looks like we need to book a match between Steve O'Malley and Alex Baker there. They're going at it pretty good. We got Brian Shaughnessy. Is that his name?
Oh yeah, we're thank you, Brian, for bringing that up. It's going to be an outside show, but we got all the hydration needs and everything, snacks, hydration. We got it covered from head to toe, top to bottom, so that's not going to be an issue.
Wow. Well, can I at least get a water since I didn't get booked?
Sure.
All right, I'll get a water. Nick Hunter, what you got, man? I know you got some things to say because you were, as yourself, a former referee. I mean, got any? Y'all need to be talking some ref talk here. Get something going. Because Nick Hunter, you just sitting over there in the corner. Just
ref talk. Okay.
Yeah, ref talk.
All right. Well, what's the biggest match that you've ever refereed in your career?
Oh wow, that's.
I can answer that one first before he gets there.
Go ahead.
Shannon Henderson and a broom.
Close. Yeah, something with the number 13, but we're not going to go there. But yeah.
So, the great Frankie Thomas didn't get booked either. How about that?
I'm
That's
going
a
to
shame.
say,
That's
I
a
think I'm going
shame.
to
when you-
say honestly, one of my favorite ones would actually be, well, the biggest one would be, who was it? It was Brian Cage versus Victor Benjamin. And then my favorite one was actually Fuego del Sol and Gato.
Nice. All right. So the Fuego and Gato, where did that take place?
DCW.
No, okay. Sorry, I thought it took place somewhere else.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey, you know that didn't take no place. Where else? You know, Gato was at DCW forever. You know, he was under
I
one
did
of those
not-
exclusive contracts.
I did not. Exclusive.
He had a ladder
contract.
match with somebody.
Somebody. I don't.
Somebody.
Anyway, well, yeah. What's the most interesting? What's the word I'm looking for here? Stipulation that you've ever refereed.
That's actually a good one. I was actually going to bring that up. I refereed Toby Farley against Wesley Crane at AWF, and it was a hardcore death match. And as I was counting to 3, I ended up getting a nice gash on my arm from the busted light tubes on the 3 count. And I raised their hand up. Blood was coming out of my arm, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, I've had to count. I've had to count before with thumbtacks on the mat, so I kind of positioned myself away from them first. But man,
I just went with it.
But man,
Man,
who
y'all some pansies talking about thumbtacks and light bulb glass. Man, that's for the birds. That don't hurt nobody. What are y'all doing?
Yeah, yo. Hey, we can't all take our birthday cake bumps and all that stuff, you know.
I actually got a cake in the face on a birthday show once, so I can kind of feel Brandon's pain there.
Yeah, that birthday cake and that Ray Fury.
Did it get in your mouth?
Yeah, it got it all in my mouth.
And my nose.
Yeah, my nose. I'm still trying to get it out of there.
What's
but
public? It's got to be public cake.
So doing a death match, that had to be crazy, man. Like, give a little insight on that, and then I want to ask a question about, because I mean, I know that, did they use the skewers too to the head or anything like that?
Oh yeah. Actually, earlier that day, I did a seminar with Wesley Crane, and he gave me some tips and stuff like that. And as I was talking with Toby and Wesley going through the match, they said it's going to be crazy, so just go with it, go with the flow. So once the match happened, it was that crazy, and I appreciate that opportunity, Shannon, because that was one of the funnest matches I've ever did, despite getting shish kebab by the light tubes.
All right, we're gonna do one more word association. We're 2 likes away from him revealing a surprise for Friday and Saturday night show. We're 22 away from me revealing one from Friday and Saturday show. But I want to ask you about something that happened at DCW. So I know you ref there for a while and, you know, did your thing at the temple. Didn't you pass out at one of them shows?
Yeah, I remember this vividly. If you can ask anybody, I go 0 to 90, no stop. I just go. That's just how I am. My work ethic is my word.
Cocaine will do that to you. I mean,
yeah, sometimes. But anyway, there was no AC in the building the first show at the temple, and I remember this vividly because I ref the main event that night. It was I believe it was Brimstone against John Taylor. And they ripped up the mats and stuff, and I went boom, onto the wood after a bump. I don't know, however, remembered to finish the match, but apparently they said I finished the match, and then when I went into the back, that was it.
That's all you remember.
That's all I remember.
Now, my main question is at that point, did you learn your lesson on cocaine that night?
Yeah.
Man,
Wait, hold on. Somebody, are we at 30 likes, Brandon? I'm hearing we're at 30 likes.
I think so. Check that out.
We're almost there. We're almost there. It looks like we're at 30 likes. So, but we're not going to give away the surprise just yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to wait a few more minutes. I'm going to give
it
about 10 more minutes. We'll give away the surprise in about 10 minutes. And then if we can get to 50, like I said, I'm going to give away a surprise that Chris don't even know I know.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to surprise you out.
That's what I'm talking about. I'll take that.
You know what's funny? I think Chambers got kicked in the ribs my first night in.
I believe I did. I did.
Kicked or eaten some ribs? Which one?
Got kicked in the ribs.
Oh.
I had burgers that night, but whatever.
Not much has changed at the Bullet. You know what's crazy about that? There's no AC at the Temple. There's not much change at the Bullet. Apparently, there's not no AC at the Bullet. But the owner of the company owns an AC and heating company or AC company, you know. He puts in air conditioners for a living, but yet has no air conditioners in either of the buildings. Now, that right there should tell you enough. But anyway, so what are some of the night one matches that we can look forward to? And then we'll get to here in a few minutes, we'll get to the surprise, you know, that you're going to release here on the Brilliant Show tonight.
Okay. Yeah, night one matches. Of course, I'm going to go from the main event and down. The main event is Vladimir Koloff and Hunter Hendricks against too many Hunters. Vladimir Koloff and Hunter Hendricks against Bobby Fish and Hunter Young. I met Hunter Young at Guardians, and that's how that came to be. All of them.
No, not making no money, Stephen Dixon. It's not saving money. It's not making no money.
Yeah, and all of them are exceptional athletes, and I just had to make that match. Then there's going to be Logan Yand. He's a really good Logan Yand. He's a good up and comer from like the Crestview, Defuniak Springs, that area. Okay. And he's going to be taking on Ryan Razors, and you know Ryan Razors, he's just phenomenal.
Ryan, one of my favorites on the scene. Great guy as well, and I enjoy his work. So that's a good deal for him. At least he got booked.
Yeah.
Boo! We hate Hunter Hendricks. That's what. No, I don't hate Hunter Hendricks. I like Hunter Hendricks. And plus, he's teaming with my client.
Friend of the show, Hunter Hendricks.
There you go.
And then there's going to be a David versus Goliath story. You got to have that at a youth rally, and it's going to be Thomas Dawes against Damian Castle, another phenomenal one right there.
All right, you're gonna have to fill me in on who's Thomas Dawes.
He's a local Pensacola guy that was in APW, and since he's local, I just wanted to give him a shot.
All right. Shut up, Ryan. Hunter Hendricks says. Yeah. I like Hunter Hendricks, Spencer says.
And then there's also going to be kind of a 2-night tournament to crown the first ever CFWL heavyweight champion. And the first match is going to be Soldier against Bodie O'Hara. And then it's going to be Murdo Brown, love me some Murdo Brown, and a mystery opponent.
Mystery opponent?
Yeah, mystery opponent.
And so then you got Murdo Brown. I'll tell you what, we get 50 likes, I'll tell you who that mystery opponent is. But anyway, Murdo Brown, one of the great members of the Red Flag Army. You know,
So-
he used to be a member of the greatest faction in the history of the world, which was Brilliant Ink. And then he had to stoop down and get with the Red Flag Army.
So, Brandon,
Yeah.
speaking of the Red Flag Army, just so you know, Singpet, he's very familiar with Thomas Dawes.
I'm sure he is.
As
Hey.
they're saying in the comments right now. They're saying that in the comments. Ryan Gale says Singpet loves, all caps, loves Thomas Dawes.
Wow.
Hunter
So,
Hendricks.
Red flags up. There's Asher Andrews. I guess he did.
And
Thomas
Asher,
kicked Lucy's in the back on purpose. I'll spill the tea. Marcho Hansen, why are you always the one spilling the tea?
and
Why?
Asher, just so you know, we got something for you night one. So just be prepared for anything.
Now you gonna let that man sit there and not know? He's got to strategize. You know, he's got to know what's coming. That's why I'm gonna tell Murdo who his mystery opponent is if we can get 50 likes, so that way he can be prepared. All right, Chris, we waited. We're getting close. We're going about 2 minutes away. JD the Kraken shows up. Someone say red flags.
What's up, JD? How you doing, bro?
Isn't it past your bedtime, son? Hadn't you been sleeping well because of the depression? Let's see here.
All right,
I'm always prepared. You are, Asher. You are.
We have been waiting with bated breath. What is it? What's the surprise?
Oh, we're at 30 likes.
Oh, we're at 31.
Oh,
we're going to get to 50,
Okay.
and then I'm going to
there we
reveal that.
I'm going to actually spoil the surprise for Murdo's opponent.
Oh, dang.
I knew
ain't
y'all were
get
gonna have
to
the
me.
same surprise. I knew it.
Yes, sorry, I gotta beat you to it. Here's the funny part. The original opponent could not make it. So
Who's the original opponent?
the original opponent was Beautiful Bobby. He was the original opponent.
That's who I was going to say. That's who
Yeah.
I was going to say.
But he couldn't make it, unfortunately. So we reached out through connections, and he wrestles in Spartan Wrestling with some other surprises, and he's going to step up to the game and face Murdo, and his name is Zeus Thunder.
Jushin Thunder Liger going to be there this weekend?
No, Zeus
Oh my
Thunder.
God, I cannot believe that. Did y'all hear this?
Zeus
What did he come in
Thunder.
from Japan? Jushin Thunder Liger is going to
Hold
be
him out of
at
retirement and
Crossing
everything.
Faith Wrestling League this coming. Is it this
Cross
coming
Faith Wrestling.
Friday and Saturday? Is it both nights or just one?
It's both nights.
So Jushin Thunder Liger is going to be there both nights. Get your
Zeus
tickets now. They're free.
Thunder.
They're free.
I wish I could get a Jushin Thunder Liger though. That would be awesome.
That's who you said, wasn't it?
No, Zeus Thunder.
Oh, so you're getting Jushin Thunder and Zeus?
Just Zeus. Just Zeus.
And he died, right?
What? Not
No,
that
Zeus.
Zeus. Not Tiny Lister
Oh.
Zeus.
Oh.
But that's Murdo's first round opponent.
Well, you heard it. You heard it right here because I'm gonna go ahead and reveal something here. If I'll just say this, we get to 40 likes, I'm gonna reveal something. And if we get to 50 likes, I'm gonna tell you who the real opponent was. Okay. All right. So anyway, we're at 31 likes. Get it up to 40. I'll tell you
31,
something.
40.
All right. So I want to get your opinion on something.
Okay. What's up?
Because you know, in wrestling, we find a lot of things out. You know,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of people talk stuff, right, Hunter? Like
Yep.
the worm, they talk stuff, but when it comes time to grow a set of balls, they just can't get it up there. And Chris, you come up with tiny ones tonight. You know, come up with tiny ones. But I'm gonna give you a chance to. Trash. Who's trash? You call me trash, Hunter Hendricks? I'll spill more tea. Zeus wasn't the original replacement for Bobby, but I will say names if it gets to 50. But anyway,
Yeah. I don't mind.
I know you don't mind. Look at you. You're looking uncomfortable, Chris. You need a water?
No, I'm good.
All right, I'm going to bring up something, and it might kind of reveal, something. It might kind of
Okay.
reveal my 50 likes. You get what I'm saying? But who's the Gulf Coast Shoot Show?
I'll say it.
Let's say it. Say it, baby. Say it. Spit it out.
Go on.
Fish bait, baby. Worm.
You think so?
I know so.
How do you know so?
Technology. That's how I know.
Technology. Well, you got to fill us in. Is it some DNA, CIS, CSI, whatever it is?
No, it's called IP addresses.
You trace the IP address or what, how
I knew some people.
you know some people? Okay. Okay,
Same
ladies
ones
and
that
gentlemen,
sneak the snacks.
we got a bombshell here, ladies and gentlemen. We have revealed the identity of the Gulf
Here's
Coast
the
Shoot Show.
thing, though,
Apparently,
that gets me. As I'm doing some investigating myself, for the shoot show, and I don't think it's just one person.
No, I don't think it's one person. I think it's a few people, but that was the biggest one.
Yeah, that's a little one, It's a little worm. Worms aren't big. Come on, give me another name. Come on.
Let's just put
Don't
it this
stutter.
way.
Spit
Ice
it out.
cold.
Ice cold.
Ice.
Miller Lite. Or
I think-
Matty Ice.
yeah.
I see
Matty
Nick.
Ice. I can
Yeah.
see that too. Wrestling career ain't going nowhere. Gets smacked around by Wes Warren in the ring. Yeah, that could be. It could be him. It could definitely be him. It's so awesome that everyone thinks it's someone else. No, I mean it is someone else. There is another one in there too. But Henderson, we know they think it is. We know who everybody thinks it is. But I'm just gonna say this. I got some inside information. You said you tracked IP addresses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. I'll be honest. There was a couple of people involved on the shoot show. And I will drop that bomb if we can get 50 likes.
Yeah.
Now, it ain't 50 different people.
Come on,
It
man.
ain't 50 different people. Shane Henderson, I'll tell you right now, it ain't 50 different people. I know for a fact it's 2. It's 2. And I invited one of them onto the show. They admitted it in confidence to me. And I will give that away at 50 likes. But we've only got 31.
Yep.
I ain't got to trace no IP address. I'm just telling you this right now. Plot twist. Chris is the shoot show. I've already had people on that. Yeah.
It ain't me.
I missed
But
something.
I do know the 2 though.
You do?
Mhm.
Well, I can tell you right now. That is why I'm the brilliant one, Humpty Dumpty. You are right. Like I said, if we get to 40 likes, we're 9 away. If we can get to 40 likes, go get people to just come. It is Bolt. Bolt is one of them. I mean, there's no doubt. They admitted out of confidence. I'll tell you why they admitted it out of confidence, Hunter Hendricks. If we can get 40 likes, just get 9 people to come on here and like the video. They ain't even got to watch it. They just got to like it. And I'll tell you exactly who Shoot Show is. I'll break it down to you. But Yeah, it ain't cold blooded, but it's watered down ice. That's a lot of people's idea of it, but I just don't know if he's smart enough to do it. I mean, he can barely spell his name right. So hold on, let's see what. Hey, if you got any questions for Henderson, Shannon's on here. This is another word association for you, Chambers. Shannon Henderson. But probably the chick who disappeared from wrestling on the coast. Can't remember now. Oh, it's Jessica Flowers. I'll tell you her name.
Shannon Henderson, I will say growth. He has grown as a
Gross.
person.
Why are you talking bad about my boy Henderson now? Gross.
Growth. Yeah, because I'll be honest. Me and Shannon had heat, but we spoke like men and we hashed out the heat. So I got nothing but respect for Shannon.
You don't sound too confident that y'all squashed the heat with that stuttering you just had.
Oh, we did. I just got the hiccups.
Oh, the other one. Yeah, I know you're talking about too. I'll make 10 shoot show accounts to like this video. Do it, Marcho, do it. See, he's already made his first one. The confidence thing come in. Chambers, who is your favorite wrestler of all time and now? Humpty Dumpty.
Oh my goodness. All time, Arn Anderson. Now, goodness gracious, I'd have to say honestly Cody Rhodes right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. You fell for that. We need to finish the story deal. Are we going to name every name on the go? Yeah, eventually we'll get it right, Lenore. We'll get it right. If we name everybody, we'll eventually get it right. Which, I know who it is. Like I said, if we get to, we're only 8 likes away, and if I get to 40 likes, I will reveal who Shoot Show is. So, any more questions for Mr. Chambers here? Because Chambers, I got to ask you something else too. You reffed a death match.
Mm-hmm.
You have passed out from cocaine.
Nope.
Chambers, why is? Oh, this is a good question, Sam. Sam Whittington. I'm gonna call you Sam now. Chambers, why is Brandon the best manager in wrestling today?
And this is a straight shoot. Hey, this is a straight shoot, and I'm gonna say this right now. Brandon reminds me of an old school Jimmy Hart and Jim Cornette. That's why he's the best in the Gulf Coast today, point blank. The 21st? I don't know yet. Probably not, because I have to work. I was talking to Nick earlier, and after this coming weekend, I'm going to be working like every Saturday until August, so I'm probably not available the 21st.
I am, though. But repeat that, Chambers, one more time.
You remind me of modern day Jimmy Hart and Jim Cornette, and that's why you're the best manager in the Gulf Coast today. And that's a shoot. I'm just being honest with you.
That's a crazy thing. That's exactly what my mom said about you, Brandon.
That's what a lot of people say. Like, and I will say this: I went and lucky, I'm on Plan B, boo. Chambers, what you doing there?
Is that what that says?
No, I'm usually people's brides at different shows. I'm just gonna be honest, but I can't be people's brides if I'm working.
I read that wrong.
Yeah, you read that wrong. That's why I corrected it.
I used to work in a pharmacy. I still do. So when I saw Plan B, I don't know.
Or Seth Rollins, Plan B. There you go.
Yeah. So anyway, I get told all the time Jimmy Hart stuff. The reason is, I watched Jimmy Hart. Everybody you say, I'm gonna get into that story in a minute. Because me and him actually talked about that several times. I'll get to that, but I'm gonna get through with this first. Jimmy Hart, Bobby Heenan, Jim Cornette, top three
Yes.
managers that I modeled myself after. A lot of
One.
people always mention Jimmy Hart. They always mention Jim Cornette when they talk about it because of the Southern roots, the way that my character's kind of done. But a lot of it's Bobby Heenan. And you know, Bobby Heenan was my favorite manager of all time, no doubt.
Goat.
Get to the heat. I'm trying to. Florida. FFA.
FFA. FLA.
Is it? That looks like FFA.
No, that's FFA, but Florida is FLA.
I know. All right, so I look like Rob. That is true. I heard that one several times too. As a matter of fact, we got mixed up a couple times from some of the fans. Some of my fans that knew me saw Rob at APW a couple times, and they thought it was me. And me and Rob did. Yeah, he was. He did my old podcast, King of Wrestling podcast. Me and him actually met. The first time that me and Rob ever met was when Tommy and Brent bought DCW, and I believe it was the first show. Who was it that he managed that night? Anderson?
Oh, yeah, like Red Anderson.
Yeah, Red Anderson. And that was the first time me and him met. We took a picture together. Now, we talked before over Facebook and stuff, but we took a picture together that night. And that was the only time that me and him ever met. Now, we talked on many occasions. But that was the only time that me and him ever met was that night. And then, you know, he passed away. What was it, 2023?
I believe so. It was November 10th. I know that. I'm just not sure if it was 23 or... Yeah, it was 23.
No, it was 22. It was 22.
22. It is 22. It's one of the two.
Because I don't think I owned a wrestling company when he passed. So it had to have been 22. So it was basically a year after we met.
Yeah, I think it was 2022 because I was living in Atmore at the time. So I believe it was because I was living in Atmore at the time.
It was 2023, JB says. So,
yeah.
Okay, maybe it was when I owned AWA, but I know that me and him met one time. Great dude. Me and him talked a lot and exchanged ideas, on many occasions. And I remember the day I found out somebody, I can't remember who it was that messaged me. May have even been Koloff that messaged me and told me that he'd passed. And I was just like, are you joking? Like,
I remember that day vividly. Wendy had called me and says, Chambers, are you sitting down? And I'm like, not really, but what? And she said, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Rob died this morning. And that my day just stopped right there.
Yeah, I'll tell you, his death affected me. There were several deaths that affected me, and it's hard to get me as emotional as because I don't have no feelings, so I don't ever really, show any. I mean, I think about the only time I've ever cried when my grandpa died, and but two of them that affected me. Rob was one of them. Mountain Man, of course, because he was good to everybody around there. But the one that affected me the most, the person that I was very, close with and had fun with was Joey Goats. That one, Joey Goats hurt me because Joey was just a great human being. He had a dry sense of humor, but he was just a great human being and had a great mind for wrestling too. That same question you asked me when you told me.
Huh?
What you talking about there?
I think he's talking about how, you said, are you sitting down,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I called JB and I was trying to tell a handful of people because I was like, my brain was mush once Wendy called me and I was like, What? Because I had just talked to him like I want to say 2 days before. At that time, I was battling a lot of depression, and he always made sure I was okay. And I talked to him like 2 days before, and then when he called me, that just it was like a punch in the gut.
Yeah, it really was. That was the way it was with Mountain Man, Maggie. Rest in peace. I remember hearing Mountain Man's about Mountain Man's passing. It was like getting just punched in the stomach that day too on that one. What we talking about, Brian? I met him at the Mississippi Rumble.
Brian's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Good dude. We're talking about everything, man. If you got something you want to bring up, any secrets, we'll air them here on the podcast. Mountain Man and was the one that hurt the most. Yep. My guy Brian. That's right. I don't know. I'm getting a bunch of messages here. No, that's just sports stuff.
Yeah.
What you think about the Thunder and the Pacers? Who's going to get it? The Thunder?
I don't know. I don't watch basketball, so I don't know.
I'm going to go with the Thunder. I think they got the better defense and offense. I think the Pacers got a good offense.
I'm going to go blind.
Great man.
I'm going to say Oklahoma. I'm just going blind, man.
Thunder's great, man. They're just killing it. Mountain Man was a great dude. I'll tell you, one of the first times I talked to him, the first thing he came up to me and said was, "Hey, man, pull your phone up. Get your phone. Pull it up on YouTube." I said, "All right, what you got?" Mountain Man Bailey versus Sid Vicious, WCW Saturday Night, 1991. And I pulled it up, and we know how big Mountain Man was. And if you go back, literally do that, type it in, Mountain Man Bailey versus Sid Vicious, WCW Saturday Night, 1991 or 90, I can't remember. And you're going to see Mountain Man like you've never seen him before, moving like a cruiserweight.
I remember that match.
As big as he was, tall and size-wise, he was probably about, I want to say he was close to 300 pounds in that, and he was just moving like a cat. So go check that out. Oh, Shook White up in here, Brian. How much? Machos knows something. Yeah, how much? All you got to do is get likes. Hit that like button. I told you if we get to 40, I'll tell you who the original opponent from Murdo Brown was. The legit original opponent. Not Beautiful Bobby opponent, the original opponent. All right, so we've had a lot of things going in wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to get to this, and then we're just having fun. We're not even talking about anything. We hadn't even talked about your event. Have you even announced it tonight?
Yeah, a little bit earlier, but I could go deeper into it if you want.
We'll get to night two in just a second. Lenore, I remember him at Outmore as Lord Humongous. Yes, and he was great. It was a fun time. I remember him as Lord Humongous. As a matter of fact, he took on, I know Desperado Davis was in there. I know Madman Jason, the legend of Madman Jason. Did you ever get to see Madman Jason in person, Chambers?
I believe once, maybe twice.
Man, you were lucky. Not many people got to see him in action. He's legend before his time. He once had a tag team partner as a Worm. They would have been WWE Hall of Famers if they'd just got that opportunity. The original opponent. Yeah, I'll tell you who the original opponent is, Shane Henson, if you can get me up to 40 likes. Did he call out or something? No, he didn't call out. I'll tell you what it was. All you got to do is get to 40 likes. Okay? Let's see here. Lenora, Maggie, here she is. Chris Chambers, can't wait for this weekend. So, yeah, Maggie, are you going to be there this weekend?
Yeah, she's going to be helping out.
Awesome. Let's see. Chambers, we need Shook White. Also, 900 flyers pass. Matt Clark. Now, who is Matt Clark?
He's a good friend of mine. He's part of the crew that I drive to the shows when I'm available to drive people to the shows.
What's he going to be doing there this weekend?
He's going to help out a little bit with security, and he's going to help out with other things.
Who beat up a worm, Stephen Dixon? Mountain Man? Oh, yeah, he did beat up the worm. Just not enough. Let's see. I'd heard the name Lord Humongous before I'd heard of Mountain Man. Lord Humongous was different people, JB.
Oh, yeah.
Lord Humongous was different people. Matter of fact, Jeff Van Camp
Yep.
was Lord Humongous. Sid Vicious was Lord Humongous. Mountain Man was Lord Humongous. But Mountain Man did Lord Humongous a lot in his later days around here as well. But yeah, Sid Vicious was I think he was the original or the second Lord Humongous. I know
He was
Jeff
the
Van
second
Camp.
to Jeff Van Camp.
Van Camp was the original,
Yes.
and then Sid. Okay.
And then Sid.
Van Camp was the original, then Sid, and then Mountain Man did as well.
Yeah, Van Camp ended up becoming a sheriff.
Yeah. And I actually, I think I had him on. I mean, I did have him on. I had him on the King of Wrestling podcast many years ago. Great guy as well. It was originally a replacement for Bobby,
Correct.
not the opponent original opponent. Yeah. Marcho, don't be trying to sugarcoat anything. I already know these things, man.
Yeah.
I actually tried to book the original opponent on this show, and we're only 7 likes away, and it just wasn't time for him to come. No, Mountain Man,
dude.
Mountain Man was one of the best dudes you'll ever meet.
Definitely.
He always told you straight up the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's what I loved about him.
Yeah, and if he didn't like you, he just didn't like you. So you knew if he didn't like you, promise you that.
Yeah, he helped me with a lot of advice and stuff like that.
Brian is also available, Mr. Chambers.
Okay, I'll keep you in mind for the future, bro.
Yeah, Stephen Dixon. The feds need to book more Suge White. They do. They do, Humpty Dumpty. They do.
Most definitely.
I'm doing recording the matches and photos for Chris's show. Cool. Now,
Yeah,
how do you know Lenore? Because she's been around for a minute too on the independent scene. I know that ever since I've had King of Wrestling podcasts and stuff, that she's been going to shows.
She has an insider page of the Gulf Coast.
Yeah. She's been around for a minute. You used to do a podcast too.
The Winning the Cup. I don't follow hockey. Sorry.
Nobody watches that junk, Sam. Why are you trying to improve on?
But since I live in Florida, I guess I'll go Florida.
I'm going Edmonton. I'd go for anybody but Florida.
Is there a certain number of shows? We're actually going to be running every 2 months or every other month, and this weekend's going to be the first one, so we're going to be running every other month.
Yeah, I do need to come to the shows. Also, I would need an envelope, but no, I'm joking. I can't this weekend, or I would. This weekend is a family member's birthday. My niece's birthday is this weekend, so we got to do something there. Worms don't run. They slither. Hunter, Nick Hunter, what you got, man? I know you got to have something.
Bring it.
Oh, man.
And make it juicy. Come on, get some heat, as Sing Pet says. Get some heat.
Get some heat. Oh, man, get some heat. Oh, man, I don't even know what to say. Come on now. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see.
Now, hey, hold on. This Steve, is that Edmonds?
Yeah, Emmons. He's Nick's stepdad, and he used to wrestle too back in the day. The American Patriot.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna just go ahead and give you a little bit of advice just to help you out there. All right. It's T For 2 nights, not TWO. It's TWO for 2 nights. Just want to give you a little help there, buddy. Sam Whittington, 100% Sheila White. Maggie, Dad taught me in life and in business to be straightforward. That's what you got to be.
Straightforward.
I got one for you, Chambers.
How many likes did we have? We had 34, Hunter. You need to go get some of your family members to hit that like button so we can get to 40.
Right.
I'll tell you who the
It's
original
small, so it's hard for me to read.
I got one for you. So, is it possible to ever see you return to refereeing? Like maybe even just one night only. You know, like if it comes to that, you know, just one night only, maybe potentially.
Possibly, quite possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Never say never.
Mm-hmm. This is a business where you do never say never. So fair enough.
Yes. Never say never.
Oh, people say never. Here's matter of fact. Here we go. You know, I've always heard the word you don't retire from wrestling.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know, you just take a break. But this person here has been saying, "Oh, I'm retired." So you know, if it'll show up on here, I'll show you the picture.
Yeah.
Here's the official picture.
I'm sorry, that's too small on my phone.
Yeah.
Everybody out there in Facebook land, I believe, saw that. But you know what's crazy is the head on that was actually blended in with your background right there.
I know, I saw that. Yeah.
And we got more some juicy stuff in the comments right now. Brian said he'd put you down.
Well, I'm getting a private message from Brian right now that's saying, "Man, Suge ain't nothing. I'd smack that little punk down with my left hand. I could beat him with both hands tied behind my back, Brandon. Hey, don't release this though.
Don't poke the bear, Brian."
Read that last part a little bit too late.
Yeah. We're only 6 likes away from me telling you who the original opponent was.
Dwayne. Dwayne's Johnson.
Bobby Tidwell. What's up, guys? Yeah,
He's one of our security guys.
We've just been chilling here in
we got a handful of security guys, and Bobby's one of them.
Bobby more likes.
Bobby Tidwell?
Yeah, Bobby Tidwell, yeah.
Let me see here. I'm trying to find some juicy stuff.
Yeah, something juicy. Let's go. Let's see.
I'm trying to look up something juicy here.
Looking it up.
Yep. Found another name. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? Tommy Wetgin.
Tommy Wetgin. Solid dude.
Who?
Solid dude.
Is that all you got to say? We need 5 more likes.
Yeah, I've always gotten along with Tommy. Tommy Wetgin. He's been always solid to me, up front with me. So
you're telling me the whole ring situation was on Brent and not so much on Tommy.
Correct.
God.
Correct.
Now, what I want to get at, you need that security with your enemies, Chris.
Hey,
Chris
I got so many
enemies.
Like, I don't care. I really don't care.
Have no enemies. You know, we don't have no enemies. I'll go ahead and say this. Who owns the ring now? Who is the actual legal owner of this ring?
Me, the majority owner of the ring, me.
All right. Now, why are you not in possession of this ring? Why are you renting a ring for this show this weekend? Why are you not in possession of this ring?
Truth be told, the ring situation, it's still in the hands of Brent, and unfortunately, I have been ghosted. So it's like It's just one of those hard lessons to learn.
So you've been ghosted by Brent.
Yeah.
Well, you know Brent ain't ghosted. You know that, right? You go down there, you get you a U-Haul truck, and you pull up to this building that's called the Bullet Bob Armstrong Memorial Arena, and you pick up your ring.
Right.
I got some security. Shoot, White.
Like me some shoe.
Who's the partner holding it over your head? Shannon says.
It was just discussed.
Yeah. Shannon, we need to get a U-Haul truck. We're going to Bullet Bob Memorial Arena. We're going to get us a ring. We're going to get us a ring. AWF can need a new ring anyway. Hey, Chris, Kim,
What's up, Mama Kim?
says,
That's Mama Kim.
Bobby says he can drive. Hey, yes, I'll get the U-Haul truck. And if you'll drive, Bobby, I mean, I had to put on one of them big suits, you know, to make me look a little bit bigger. You know, I'm a little thin. I got the hairstyle that Chris
You
has
can
got.
have some of my weight because I don't want the weight.
I mean, I can put the sunglasses on and pass for him, I guess. If I just need to put on a little weight and a few 100 pounds, and you know, and I'll go down there and I'll talk to Brent. I mean, you have to talk down to him because he's not going to be on the same level as you. You got to look down. But I promise you, you know, you can pat him on his head and you can pick your ring up. If that's the case, what's going on to get it? Oh, Kim, we don't need to get you involved. We're not trying to get the mafia involved.
Right.
We're going to let Suge take care of Death Row Records.
Shoot.
I ain't talked to you in a couple weeks, man. You don't answer my messages no more. Nick Hunter.
You talking to me?
Yeah. Are you
Yeah,
the
what do
only
you
Nick
mean?
Hunter in this damn thing?
Yeah. Well, at first you just said I don't talk to you no more, man. And like, what do you mean, man?
We need 3 more likes. Actually, it says 36 on mine, but we need 3 more likes and I'll tell the story.
3 more.
I got a
3 more
question.
likes. I'll kick them with my good foot. Yeah, you go, Kim. Kim, if you ain't like this video, like it now.
Yeah.
We're trying to
I got
get
a question
40
for you.
likes. I gotta let
What
things
is
out.
it like for you to ref when you refed?
Me? You seen me,
Or
ref, right?
Brandon?
Which one of us? Both? We all 3 ref.
Yeah, we both. Yeah, all of us
Yeah,
have
I
read.
forgot. Well, both of you. The question goes to both of you.
All right, you go first, Nick, and then I'll go.
Man, to me, reffing was always just about enforcing the rules. Making sure everything went exactly as it was supposed to. Like everything needed to be within the bounds of the rules, and the rules are a big part of our sport. And I believe that without that, without a strong set of rules, it wouldn't be what it is today. And so that's why I took a lot of pride in and I had a lot of fun doing it as well. I had a lot of fun being able to be involved in professional wrestling and do that kind of thing, out in front of the people and as a part of the show. I mean, Brandon, how do you feel about it?
Well, Chambers, you drove all the way to Arkansas with Jarrett McKenzie, and I was reffing in a snowstorm over there.
Sure did. I remember that trip.
I drove back in a snowstorm that night. My wife cussed me all the way. When we got there was no snow on the ground. When we left, you couldn't see the road. Like,
Yeah, that was
literally.
crazy.
I'll just go ahead and tell this story real quick. Let's
go
hope
ahead.
Brandon doesn't leave his stream running tonight. Hush up, Marcho Hansen. Hush up. I edited that and took it off. So hush up. Anyway, see, he's stirring the pot. He's an instigator.
You're right.
Anyway, the story of that show was great guy, one of the top promoters, Josh Newell.
Oh yeah.
Running BIW is running Fountain Hill, Arkansas. Population 186 or something. I don't know if it was that number. It was low. It was 100 and something, I think. The population of the city was 180 something. He had over 500 people in the building that night. So he beat the population by like times 5. I believe I ref several matches that night. I know I refed Miranda Gordy, and I can't remember, who was it she took on?
I forgot, but I remember that.
Wasn't Scholar Slice or something like that? I don't know if it was Scholar Slice,
but you did
I can't
referee.
remember. Yeah, I refereed them. I believe I refereed because I think they were a semi-main, but I know I ref 2 or 3 matches. But anyway, my thing is the ref will mess up a match in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah,
And
I've done my fair share.
Yeah, well, ref, I have too. I mean, a ref can. I'll even give you an example. I had Frankie Thomas on just a few weeks ago on the podcast. I messed up a finish in a tables match with him and Cassie Riley, and it was a simple ending, and I messed it up, but I did, and I'll own up to the mess ups that I did.
Same.
I'll say this, I got told several times, "Oh, you did great, man, you did great," but I know it's a lie. I know that I wasn't the best ref in the world, and I'm not claiming to be the best ref. But I had fun doing what I did, and I owe a lot to Josh for giving me that opportunity. Steve Starr gave me that opportunity. Gene Miller gave me the opportunity. There were several places that gave me the opportunity to ref and do other things. So, I'm grateful for that because that's what got my foot in the door. Steve Starr, offered to train me, and so it was Scholar Slice. I thought it was.
It was? Okay.
Yeah, it was Scholar Slice. I thought it was. I couldn't remember for sure, but I thought it was her. But anyway, Same Pet's sleeping. Well, I mean, that's what retired people do is they sleep.
Right.
But anyway, I was grateful for that opportunity and all the opportunities I've been given. I'm not gonna lie, I am the greatest wrestling manager that's ever lived. Can't nobody touch me, not even Bobby Heenan. But I'm the brilliant one, baby. That's what I do. I'm one like away from me revealing who it is on KB's. Well, I mean, it says 39 on mine. When it says 40 on mine, Sam, I will we're at 40. All right. So, Chambers, you get a little nervous there? I'm going to spill the beans.
Really.
I mean, you're sweating, man. Get your wipe that sweat off. It's coming.
I'm glad things worked out the way they did, to be honest with you. And I've learned on this side of the curtain, so to speak, you can make some good choices, you can make some bad choices, and things end up working out how they worked out. I'm not ashamed of it, but I'm just glad it worked out the way it did.
I'm sure you are. Saved you a lot of headache. Saved an ass whooping in the locker room.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Keep dreaming, Brian Turner. I'm sure someone out there better. No, I mean not. I mean, you can't name him. There he is. You can't name him. The brilliant one. Hey, Shannon. We're at 40 likes. We are at 40 likes. All right, Chambers, wipe that sweat off your forehead.
No,
I don't know if you're sweating from nervousness or it's just them fat chills kicking in.
It's all good.
We are about to find out who was the original opponent for Murdo Brown, the great Murdo Brown, the showman Murdo Brown. You ain't got to tell me. I know. I will tell you.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, let's see. All right. So is everybody ready to learn who Is everybody ready to learn who the original opponent for Murdo Brown was? Hold up. We waited for this. Yep. All right, here it goes. I'm hurrying up. I'm getting there. All right. I'm going to give a big announcement to him because I invited him on the show. Maybe he'll come on sooner or later, but I'll just go ahead and do this. The original opponent for Murdo Brown was none other than no, I'm just joking with you. I'm back. It was none other than some people think is the Gulf Coast Shoot Show, Mr. Hay Nation himself, Chase Matthews.
Correct.
Am I correct, Chris Chambers?
Correct. I'll tell you the story.
That's over. I released it.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story. It was originally going to be Beautiful Bobby, but he had to back out. And then I asked Chase if he would, because he was going to be working with Shannon's show prior to. So I was going to give him the opportunity to build off of that. But then, unfortunately, he has had to back out too. So that's where
that
Zeus
wants to know
comes
why
in.
he had to back out.
He told me he had to work this weekend, so didn't really want to go into it. So luckily,
He's working
I had
the
Zeus
Facebook
come.
page this weekend. He's working the shoot show this weekend.
I don't know, but I'm glad that Zeus was there to step up. So
Yeah, Jushin Thunder Liger going to be. Is he going to? You said Friday and Saturday he'll be there, right?
yeah, Zeus Thunder.
Juice Thunder Liger will be there Friday and Saturday night.
I wish it was Jushin Thunder Liger.
Right.
That's
we
a
know
pipe dream.
you're retired. All right. So, Pet, since you're retired, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there so the whole world sees it, or at least 20 people. And, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. I'm inviting you on my show. I'm looking at a date right now. I'm inviting you on my show since you retired before when I booked you on the show, you was a wrestler. You retired. You wanted me to unbook you. So I'm going to rebook you, and I'm marking it down because if nobody else comes on, Hunter, will you be available June 24th? That's on a Tuesday.
I should be available. Yeah.
Because I'm going to need your help on this. You can't interview a legend like Pet. King Petty, who retired, who's the first ballot Hall of Famer, who's going to go into the WWE Hall of Fame along with Madman Jason. I can't do it without you.
I understand. I got you.
Go sit on the porch and yell at the kids. That's
Get off my lawn.
Yell at the kids. He's got a great life. He's probably a shoot show for real, though. I'll reveal it all, son, because I know another secret, a very big secret, that I will reveal about this weekend. I really don't.
I have I can't hear you.
Space Cat Coast to Coast. That is right, JB. Space Cat Coast to Coast. I'm going to do it. Coast to Coast with the Brilliant One and the Blue One. I mean, the Nick Hunter one.
His brother.
Did we spill tape? All we did was say that Chase Matthews was the original opponent for Murdo Brown. I released that. Mr. Hanson, you wrestling enthusiast.
Hey, Nick,
I
older?
released that Chase Matthews was the original opponent. Now it is Jushin Thunder Liger. He will be there both nights, flying in from Japan. So you traded in Chase Matthews to get somebody like Jushin Thunder Liger. Why would you do something like that? And by the way, we also found out he will be working the shoot show this weekend. That's why he couldn't make the show. Blue Chew.
Blue
Stephen
Chew.
Dixon, don't talk about your personal life on here.
There's pills
But
for
if-
that.
But if Blue Chew wanted to sponsor the show, we would not be opposed to that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop who did the shoot show at 50. That is true. I will reveal all. I will tell the truth. We're only 10 likes away, and we got roughly 20 minutes to get 10 likes. We can get 10 likes in 20 minutes. I'll tell you who the
Yes, it
rest of
is.
the shoot show was.
Yes, so this is the Sabu RVD shirt from the Pro Wrestling Crate this month. Yes, it is.
Oh, you get Pro Wrestling Crate?
Yeah.
Can you spell Mark?
I didn't know that was still a thing.
Did Chambers trade his ring that was stolen from them? Oh, from Juicy. No, look, Brent stole the ring, and me, Suge, and I think a Spencer dude, right? Was that Spencer or Tidwell? What was
Bobby.
Tidwell's name?
Bobby.
John? Bobby. That's right. Beautiful Bobby Tidwell. Are going to show up at the Bullet Bob Memorial Arena, this coming Thursday night, because you got a show on Friday, so we got to get the ring by then. We're going to pull a U-Haul up there, and we're going to get our ring, and we're going to take it back to Chris, who's got tiny balls, because we found out worms don't have any. So that was the deal on that, wrestling enthusiast. We're going to go get the ring with the U-Haul truck. It's going to be the Brilliant One, Suge, and Bobby Tidwell, and then Little Balls will, I already told him. I know. That's what I'm telling him. Like, why not go get this? You don't want to be a worm with no balls. You want to go get things, and when you're facing somebody who's 3 foot tall, just kick him out of the way. I mean, he ain't ate no mushroom today. He ain't leveled up. We can go probably kick him out. That's like, hey, Andrew Hansen, wrestling enthusiast. I know we don't get along, but y'all are funny. We are. Not we are funny. I'm funny.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That's my
wrestling
nephew.
enthusiast. I went and told him. I said, man, he ran the temple. Didn't have no AC. He ran the Bullet Bob Armstrong right now. Ain't got no AC, but he has an AC company. Ain't that the damnedest thing? Can't even get a air conditioner in his own building. But we don't make wrestlers. We do superstars. We're not an independent wrestling company. We're WWE. Hey, we're paying Scott Armstrong. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I said I'd come kick them with my good foot. Hey, come on with me. I'll show you how to get your stuff back. Suge ain't look. Let me just tell you something about Suge. I like Suge. Suge's real.
Mm-hmm.
And I promise you, if Suge looked at Mario, he would piss his pants quicker than Billy Madison did at that damn field trip in the first grade, was it?
Yep.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Go to Shannon's comment real quick.
At 2 a.m. We don't need don't need to know what you're doing at 2 a.m. All right, here we go.
Go to Shannon's comment. So, right. Usually Brandon will do this, but I'll do it this time. Because I'm on here. I want to be involved in the fun a little bit. We will. Brent, if you are listening, if you are within the sound of my voice right now, please, there's an open invitation. Anytime that you would like to come on the Brilliant Show, please, sir, come on, and we are going to interview you, and you can tell your side of the story. You can say whatever you want to say, and Brandon's going to say whatever he wants to say as well.
That's right. I'll just say this, man. I talk a lot of trash. I run my mouth.
But you'll do it in front of them.
I'm not afraid to have somebody come on here and do it. I'll invite anybody as well. Even that wormless worm is welcome to come on here. I don't care who comes up. If you want to come on here, all you got to do is say, hey, I'll come on. I'll talk to you. And then you can come on here and trash me if you want to. I don't care. Just grow some balls and do it. I mean, you know, I don't care what anybody says about a certain person, people that come on this show. There's a person that's been on this show that people do not like. They can't stand. They threatened or whatever. But I commend him. He had balls to come on here and do it. And he did it. You know, there's a lot of people that just don't have balls to do a shit. I would invite Brent on here in a heartbeat. If he's listening to this, yeah, like Hunter said, Nick Hunter, you'll be on here too. You could kind of mediate that thing. Chambers, who would win, Wes Warren or the man with Kurt Angle wrestling skills, Brandon Turner? Well, we know who that is. That's me, baby. That's me. You know, Wes Warren took a cheap shot at me this weekend. Comment gonna be comment. That's right. Brandon's gonna be a comment.
What happened with you and Warren?
You didn't see?
No, it didn't. I've been busy.
Lost Art of Wrestling Friday night. You had Vladimir Koloff, great talent. Ray Fury, okay talent. Wes Warren, okay talent. Simon Phillips, great talent. Frankie Thomas, great talent. Now, all five of those guys could be on the next level. Easy. Had a 5-way ladder match at Lost Art of Wrestling for the Lost Art of Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. As you know, my client, the greatest client of them all, Vladimir Koloff, was in that match. Well, everybody was down, and Ray was climbing the ladder. So I got in the ring and low blowed. You know what? Why not show it? Let's just show it. Everybody can watch it. Why
roll
not?
the tape.
Let's roll the tape. Let me get that. Oh, hold on. Here it is.
The guys in the truck. Roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
The guys in the truck. Roll the tape. Are you ready? Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, and still for the Lost Art of Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Cole.
Okay, wow. Incredible.
Yeah.
Technically, shouldn't you be the champion right now?
No, because I'm not a legal participant.
Oh, okay.
I was getting it down to help my client. Because that's what we do. We help each other. And I was almost there. I was about to hand him the championship when that sorry, no good for nothing Wes Warren attacked me from behind.
Wow.
Now, why couldn't he face me face to face, huh? Now, if me and him were face to face in the match, who would win that? I want both of y'all to answer that.
You and Wes Warren?
Yeah.
God, are you delusional?
Who?
You.
No, I mean, look, I know. I put a lot of stock in Wes Warren, but we know he ain't gonna beat me.
Well, Michael Cole is undefeated at WrestleMania, so there's that.
Michael Cole needed help to beat a 60-something-year-old man at WrestleMania. No, but this is what I'm saying. He needed help to do that, and you would need a lot of help to beat Wes Warren. And yes, it is Jerry. But you know what I mean?
R.I.P. Jerry.
What are the show times, Chris Chambers? For Friday
it is
Saturday?
5 p.m. both nights. It'll be 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. both nights.
5 p.m. to 9. You're running a 4-hour wrestling show?
Well, there's
Are you
some,
doing DCW or something?
no.
Are
What's
you having
going on
18
is-
matches?
No, there's going to be 6 matches on night 1, 7 on night 2, and then there's going to be some intermissions, testimony shared, and the gospel preached.
Can't argue with that. And Paul Rice in here. Look at Paul cheering
What's up,
on
Paul?
this morning as well. All right. What? Since we showed, let me get this off here. Remove that from the studio. Since we saw what happened on Friday night, why don't we watch what happened on Saturday night with that dirty scoundrel Ray Fury,
And the
who was
birthday
on here
cake.
last night? Hey, hold on. Do people get paid?
What?
Do people get
All right.
paid at your shows? Yes.
No,
and
I guess we got the Ryan Racers don't show up. He just
Yes,
said,
no,
huh?
everybody's
He didn't realize y'all were getting paid.
I didn't see the actual question, but yeah, everybody's getting paid. Everybody's getting the PO, baby.
And hot dogs don't count. Okay.
Real PO, not hot dogs and handshake.
So you getting parole officers there?
Payout.
Gonna say, cats don't show up on parole to wrestling shows.
Right.
All right, so let's check out what happened Saturday night.
Oh, it went out.
Oh, I took it off.
Oh, okay.
Brandon, how are you like cognizant right now? Like how are you able to be talking to us? That looked pretty brutal.
Concussion.
It was brutal. Don't worry. I mean, if you watch the show, you can tell I'm not cognizant. I mean,
Well, I thought that was just you had too many voodoo rangers, or something.
the cakes. Sam, you wasn't even there. How do you know I had cake stains on my suit? I didn't have no cake stains on my suit. I had it on my shirt and my necklace and my beautiful face.
Was it Publix cake though? That's the main question.
And what flavor was the cake?
Tasted like ice in this on there.
Don't
Oh,
care.
I
The flavor
see.
gotta be Publix. That's the best cake around.
Dude, I'm gonna just go ahead and let you in on a secret. I'm diabetic. And they put me through a cake.
That's not good. That's assault and battery right there.
You think I can do something legally with that?
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, you're the one that said assault and battery. You must know something legal terms or something like that. So, wasn't you like the spelling bee champion in 1995?
Yep. 1995.
Man, you can't even remember 95. You wasn't a spelling bee champion.
That was. And
Spell rock.
Spell what?
Rock.
Rock. ROCK.
No. That ain't how you spell rock. Usually it's KISS or, QUEN. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can spell rock. All right, I'm going to tell you what. If we can just get 6 more likes, I'm going to release a big reveal on who the Gulf Coast Shoot Show was.
Who the 2 people were.
Well, we already know who one was. I'll go ahead and get the second one out. We just need 6 more likes. I know people don't, some people, there's probably 6 people in here that, know who it is and don't want it revealed. But
Why don't they want it revealed?
I don't know. Because it ain't them, so I don't know why they wouldn't want it. We're 5 away.
Well, yeah.
I think Sam's creating Facebook accounts and just liking this. I mean,
Vladimir Koloff has an opinion on the situation.
Yeah, it was Chase, but there was one more involved, and I will release that name if we can get 5 more likes. because I found out this for fact. I will
For
release
fact.
all the names involved with the Gulf Coast Shoot Show if we can get 5 more likes. I have a serious issue that my manager wasn't invited to be a part of a winning. That's what I said. That is what I said, Vladimir. That is what I said. I said you're taking on some. What was his name? Daryl Fish.
Bobby Fish.
Daryl Fish is crazy.
But to be fair, you weren't managing him when I booked Vladimir originally.
But they're a package deal. You know, just
I know,
you know,
I wish I could.
even after the fact,
I mean,
like,
I'm
you
cheap.
gotta.
I'm only $1,000 a night.
Oh, good lord!
It was Rock, Dwayne, Rock, JB. You're right.
True.
You know, JB, I want you to comment down there because I know that I was actually watching Wrestlers yesterday on Netflix. Just going back and reviewing it, trying to see if I saw anybody on it. And, I saw you on that show.
Who?
Ain't that the OVW show?
Yeah. I
Who'd you see
also
on the
remember
show?
one. I still got a video. Nick Hunter, you want me to reveal this? I got one. You remember when that was back when DCW first started? You remember that night that me and Cotton was in the ring cutting a promo? I still got this video. It was hilarious. JB, you was in it. Remember when Cotton said no remorse, and JB was going to the concession stand, and he stops and he goes,
No, hey, that wasn't where. Like, that wasn't. That's not the full story, my man.
"Oh well, tell me the full story, Nick Hunter."
The full story is something that Cotton said before that. So, what he told you just moments prior was he said
Need more
He
brief
said-
discussion.
he said that right beforehand he said to you that it's people like you that get a little bit of money in their pocket and they think they can run a wrestling company, and certain people took that as a attack on certain people. But if the shoe fit, I mean, you might as well wear it.
We don't spread misinformation on
We
this
don't.
show,
This-
Mr.
this
Hanson.
is-
We do facts. I got video proof of stuff like this.
But then, not long after that, he said, "I'm gonna do something to you, Brandon, and I ain't gonna have no remorse about it." And that's where what you're talking about comes into play.
Oh, wow.
Well, thank you, Nick Hunter, for telling the whole story because I had a few too many of these. And I was just clouding over the story. And you had to tell. Hold on, let's see what JB had to say. I was taking a selfie with Al Snow and ended up on the Netflix doc. Yes, you was. That's why I was saying it. Yeah, you did. You ended up on the Netflix documentary. And I saw it yesterday when I was rewatching it. I had watched it when it first come out. And
I gotta go watch that.
Yeah. It's the last episode I believe it's the last episode of the season on there.
I'll just go to that episode.
Oh, yeah, I do have cake icing in my nose. I do. No doubt. Hey, Chris, when you coming on here and give us the promoter's perspective on wrestling? Being the promoter. Oh, here, let's see. Nick Hunter has a better memory than I do. Nick Hunter's got a memory of an elephant. He can come up with all these things, Ric Flair's last match is where I know where it was taken, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, JB, wasn't you there with
Baker?
a certain Baker out, whatever,
whichever name we happen to be going by at the moment.
I believe it was.
whichever Facebook account isn't in Facebook jail at the moment.
Oh, they're all in jail. There ain't no doubt there. They're all blocked. I think he probably got blocked earlier in the night when he commented. Him and Steve O'Malley are probably fighting somewhere right now. I don't know where they're at.
Nick, you want to go ref that?
Nope,
Hold
I'm
on.
good.
Yep, me neither.
Bunker Baker. That's it. An unfortunate mistake that I regret. I was paid for driving services. Well, you can't help it. You're a chauffeur, man.
Chauffeur.
I mean, what's
Yep.
his name? Alan Park. He was a chauffeur that night that he took OJ to the airport to fly to Chicago after he had killed Nicole and them. So, or
I thought you were
Nicole and
talking
Ron
about.
Goldman.
I thought you were
So-
talking about. I thought you were talking about Al Cowling, who drove him down the
he
the
drove him
highway.
around. He drove him in a Bronco. He didn't drive him in a limo.
That's what I'm saying, though.
He drove him in a Bronco. Didn't know wrestling enthusiast at CTE.
CT.
If you're in the wrestling business, you have CTE.
Pretty much.
Suge White, nobody needs to be Tupac. Which I think Suge was actually driving the car that night to Tupac. So Suge does need a driver. All right, so Suge does need a driver. We'll give him one. All right, we're 2 likes away from me revealing something. I can't remember what it was.
Who the other person is for the shoot show.
Okay. Yeah, 2 likes. Somebody go make up a Facebook account and make up 2 of them because I need 50 likes, like I said. Who said
make up a
anything
what
about
account?
the CTE dummy?
CT dummy. Yeah.
Yeah, who's a... all right, let me ask you this, Chambers. You've been around. What
Yeah.
about Andrew Hansen, the wrestling enthusiast? Have you ever seen him at a show?
I don't recall seeing him, but I've heard his voice doing commentary.
I have too. I did commentary with him. You know what was crazy? I'll tell you about that time of doing DCW TV and doing commentary.
That was fun.
It was. But I never saw the wrestling enthusiast. They brought me into the studio down there in Pascagoula to do the show. And they said he was in the next room over. We could hear each other, but we couldn't, see each other. So I
Like
still don't know
social
if this dude
distancing and
exists.
stuff? Or...
He was acquitted. The glove did not fit. They must have quit. That is true. That is
Glove don't
true.
fit, must
But
have
he
quit.
lost the civil trial. So technically it's 50-50. He didn't do it, and 50-50 he did do it. So it's right down the middle.
Accurate.
He was about 10.
About 10 years. Yeah, he was about 10 years old.
I had to carry Turner those days. Is that what you called it? Hey, I'll say this. The wrestling enthusiast, even though I've never seen him, hell of a commentary guy.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
He did carry me. He did carry me. I'll give him that. Because of the Chewbacca defense, right?
Chewbacca defense. What?
We don't speak gibberish on here, JB, so go ahead and elaborate on the Chewbacca.
I don't get that.
Spill the beans, brilliant one. I got 2 likes. I'm 2 likes away. I get 2 likes. I will spill the beans on who the Gulf Coast Shoot Show is. And the reason I can tell you who the Gulf Coast Shoot Show is because I know personally. I know both of them personally. South Park episode. That's right. I do remember.
Oh, yeah. That's right. South Park.
I have not seen South Park in forever. I was just told it is AI. I bet he wears a mask. I bet he does too. No, you're not. You're at 49. It says 48 on my thing. Somebody tell me when I get to 50. Well, Lil A is the man. Who's Lil A?
Little A.
The wrestling enthusiast Andrew Hansen.
Oh,
A,
Lil A,
little
yeah.
A.
He's Lil A. Shannon, have you ever seen Little A? I'm sure you've seen Little S before, hadn't you? Oh, by the way, Shannon, I got something for you. I will release a secret information for you too. We need 2 more likes. We need 1 more like. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I got it here. No, that's a gobbledygookler.
Oh, we got Woody in here.
Woody, what's going
Hey,
on?
what's up, bro?
Man,
Woody, good dude. Him and Jared are.
Woody is, man. Woody is. He's a good dude. I'm gonna release who the Gulf Coast Shoot Show here is in a minute, but I do have some. I do have something for Shannon. If it come, I got the picture somewhere, but I can't find it. I'm trying to find it here. Hold on. I'm sorry if we're boring you.
No, you're good.
We're at 50 likes. I got to go ahead and tell who the shoot show is. Damn, I'm not going to be able to make clips out of this. We've been going almost 2 hours. We're going to go a little bit longer. You all right? Good? You good, Chambers?
Yes, I'm good.
All right. I'm finna get this picture uploaded here. I got something to show Shannon if he's still on. If he's not on here, he ain't gonna, I guess we won't see it.
Quit it,
Hey,
Nick.
Chambers.
That's contagious. Huh?
Matt Clark says Chambers wants more banana waffles. What does that mean?
Okay, here's a funny story. I went to Royal Rumble in 24, and the hotel we stayed at, they had amazing waffle maker and different choices, and that's what I ate down there for breakfast.
Banana waffles.
Yes.
How good is banana waffles? Andrew Henson, we do need to get you on the show, not the AI version though. All right. So how was the banana waffles? Because I'm pulling up a picture that I just uploaded. I'm gonna see if Shannon knows.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So what would you prefer? Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles, 100%. Because I don't know, it's a texture thing, I guess.
Texture.
Enough. They get crispier. I get what you mean.
Yes,
get
I
what
like
you
that.
mean.
We are at 51 likes, and I am going to reveal who the shoot show is here in just a few minutes. But before we get to the shoot show, I got to show this. Shannon, just go ahead and all you got to do is put the thumbs up to let me know that you're in here. Waffle pancakes. Sam Whittington, we know you like both. Don't worry. But I'm going to get this image pulled up. And let's see here. Where's it at? There it is. Okay, it is ready to go. Shannon, just give me the thumbs up that you are watching right now because I'm about to pull it up because I know we're both blocked by him. We have run out of things to talk about. Yeah, we have.
Yes,
Very
we
much
have.
so. I'm feeling waffle talk. All right,
Waffle.
Shannon. We know people love to be keyboard warriors and love to talk trash. And there it is. Do we know what that means, Shannon? That right there shows you that he will talk about you when you're blocked, but can't do it to your face. Now, Shannon, I want to know if you I want to know. Show the red faces. If you're mad or if you're happy, show the smile. Yes. See, that's what I'm trying to say, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Like he can post stuff like that because he's behind a keyboard. There's no fear behind a keyboard. The fear is when you're face to face with somebody. You know, like Creeps are just really. Oh no, creeps.
Crepes.
Record that crepes.
Crepes. Crepes ain't too bad.
Crepes. Creeps. I said creeps. Oh my god, crepes.
Crepes.
They
Crepes are
are.
not bad.
They're really thin pancakes. They really are, but they're good. They're really good. I agree, Shannon. I agree. He's got it coming, brother. He does. But here's my thing. Here's my thing with that. Like, he can post this. He can post this, and I'm not blurring no names or anything out. He can post this. And I guess you have to kind of know where he's going with that. Hey, it's Shannon. Marcho. Of course he will do that. Yes, he will do that. No creep slander.
No
Oh,
creeps. It's crazy.
Y'all are gonna make that man lose it. Nah, I mean Honky Tonk Man lost it years ago. Talking about losing it.
You know, you can actually buy from the Honky Tonk Man on eBay.
No, they
Wow.
don't understand. But the thing is, yeah, you can. But the thing is that's the thing about it is he's posting that with you blocked. They ain't to tell him what he's posted about me. Chambers, I got something else to ask you now. I do.
Okay.
And you're in the court because we're fixing to reveal who the shoot show is. I promise you, because we're over 50 likes. And St. Pet, I got the 50 likes, son. I may have had to create 50 Facebook accounts, but I got there. Yeah, they don't understand. But this dude will run his trap. And when you invite him on a show, he blocks you. Don't want no part of confrontation, even though it's entertainment value, baby. It's entertainment. It's probably the only value I'll ever have in life. But I'm going to ask you straightforward because you are a guest on the Brilliant Show, which has becoming more than Howard Stern here tonight. Howard Stern ain't shit on me. But, and he's old anyway. But I'm going to ask you this, and I want the God's honest truth. Because he's never said it to my face. Did the worm ever say anything behind my back?
Most definitely.
What did he call me?
Oh, goodness gracious. Snake.
I gotta know because when I do see him. But anyway, I gotta know.
Snake and, pretty much the whole spiel.
No, we don't know what the whole spiel is. You got to tell
No,
us.
you got to spill that out.
Yeah. Snake, untrustworthy, backstabbing, you name it.
All right. Anybody that's ever been around me in wrestling, and I'll just go ahead. I'm gonna put. Hold on first. Let me ask the wrestling enthusiast before I reveal who the shoot show is. Y'all gonna have to hang around for a minute for the shoot show because I ain't gonna talk. But I am gonna reveal who the shoot show is. But Nick Hunter, you've been around me pretty much since you got in.
Mm-hmm.
I called you Furby when I first met you, did I not?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think most people know what a damn Furby is.
No
I'm gonna
water.
go smoke. Yeah, go smoke, and then I'll reveal who shoots whatever it is, Gulf Coast Shoot Show is. You come back, you let me know when you're done smoking retired Sing Pet, and I'll reveal who it is. Bully, don't call yourself a bully, Sing Pet. Please don't. I know you have been referred to as a bully by certain people that I cannot name that cry, but don't refer to yourself as a bully. You are not a bully. I look at you and I see a friend.
Just retired.
A retired friend. Everybody retires. I'm getting messages. I think it's the shoot show telling me not to talk. Send me the link. I'm on. Oh yeah. All right. Hold on. Hold on.
We got somebody coming in.
Somebody's gonna drop in. Oh my gosh. We got
Who is it?
somebody to drop in. I can't tell you.
We got
I
another
know.
surprise, ladies and gentlemen.
We got another surprise wanting to drop in on us. We're fixing to have some fun here, buddy. We are about to have some fun. God, we may go all night. Chambers, I hope you took your Ambien because you're going to be up all night.
I'm good till at least 11.
Well, that's damn 10 now.
Well, 9. My
It's
time.
9 o'clock.
Oh, well, I'm in New York, so I guess it's later.
You're an
Vegas
hour
in
ahead.
Vegas. Shouldn't you be an hour behind
Vegas.
us?
Well, if
I
I'm
thought
in
you was in
Vegas, it's damn 8. It's 7 o'clock out here.
9 o'clock here.
9 o'clock here. Where are you
Mhm.
at?
Pensacola, Florida.
Penitentiary?
Huh?
The penitentiary?
No, Pensacola, Florida.
All right,
Might
here we
as well
go. We got somebody. Y'all ready for the big guest?
Let's go. Come on.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
See who it is.
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
Whoa!
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
Hold on. Let me get this situated.
Good Lord. Good heavens. Good gracious almighty. Now I'm walking and screw it. Listen, man, listen. Let me just say this. Y'all putting way more stock in somebody who doesn't deserve stock. Like, y'all putting way too much emphasis in somebody that need not be worried about. It is I, the wrestling enthusiast. You've seen my face now. It's not AI, it's real.
It looks like AI to me.
Man, AI is getting good.
AI's getting phenomenal. I don't know. AI's not too good. Look at this honker. Look at this honker.
Triple H knows.
It was Andrew.
It was Andrew. Jesus Christ. Nah, man. I'm just saying. Like, at the end of the day, that kid has done what he's done, and he's going to reap what he sows. But y'all are putting way too much stock and emphasis on somebody who, in the grand scheme of things, is minute.
Why are you saying?
And he'll take and he'll probably take that as some kind of dig, and I don't give a fuck. But nevertheless,
But you are right as always. Like
more real than Santa Claus. I am right.
Who's that? But yeah, you are. But hey, are you at the gym working out?
No, I am cooking ground turkey that I'm about to eat.
Yum.
I don't work. Well, I don't work out. Why would I work out?
Because you're an enthusiast.
I mean, I flex my brain, and my brain is heavily destroyed.
Well, I figured, you'd come on here. Look, Sing Pet's back. Uh-oh. Ricard did a skull.
Shut up, Sing Pet. Don't nobody. Look, Ghost is better. Ghost is better, and you're not retired. You shut up.
He calls me up and says, I'm retired. I'm like, what? So I posted it for everybody to see that he was retired. Even posted him getting chopped by Jordan Ja. Jordan Ja's so over, man.
Jordan Ja is the greatest Laotian wrestler on the Gulf Coast.
He is. Thank you for saying that.
Just saying.
And Sing Pet's retired.
And Sing Pet, he's not retired. He's not retired.
No, but because nobody ever really retires, do they?
Have you revealed who Shoot Show is yet? Even though we all know who it is.
Here we got something up while we're on here wrestling with this. I honestly don't care what is said about MT2 the wrestler, but the comment section talking about my personal life isn't cool.
Ooh, y'all in trouble.
I hadn't looked in the comments and seen nothing about your personal life.
Okay.
Unless you are the Shoot Show, I don't see anything in here that says anything about you personally. Because ain't nobody said nothing about you on here tonight at all. And
I hadn't been on long, but I hadn't heard anything. But
had something to say.
It's my daughter's birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday, Elena.
And I hate you, Brandon.
That's right.
Still, why do you hate me?
You are forever her op. You're forever her op. It's from the DCW commentary days. You used to make fun of me one too many times.
I guess I did. Happy
And
birthday.
now you're a forever enemy. But it's my baby girl's birthday today. Oh, anyway, go ahead. Look. Go ahead and reveal this because people are waiting, and you about as bad as Jerry Springer right now with the woo after this commercial break.
All right,
We'll
I'll
be
get
right
to
back.
it right now.
He's jealous because I got pink blanket and I got a
Yeah, you
pink
got a
pillow.
pink blanket and he's mid. Now you go clean your room.
Now, do you want me to do it with you on here or off?
Yeah, you can do it with me on here. I ain't gonna stay on too much longer because I'm cooking food. But
Happy birthday from Jarrett McKenzie. Now, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal it. Are you ready, Nick Hunter? Give me a drum roll.
It is.
And the Gulf Coast Shoot Show is Chase Matthews and none other than the brilliant one, Brendan Turner. I'm just screwing with you. I don't know who the shoot show is. I got 51 likes though, didn't I?
he baited you guys. I had a feeling this was coming. I got
the 51 likes. See,
Really?
we pretty much figured out a long time ago what the deal with that was, but
I'll say this. I invited him on the show, and we talked for a minute. Maybe he'll come on. I'm not going to say he's not going to come on, but maybe he'll come on. If he wants to clear his name, he'll come on. I do have my suspicions to really who is the Gulf Coast Shoot Show. I will throw out some names. I think it is an Iceman, Matty Ice, who got, what was it? Healed by these hands or something of West Warren. The man couldn't work a 30-second match if he was paid to, and he's never been paid, so he will never be able
I can't work a match either, so I don't know what
Well, you can't do nothing because you're a wrestling enthusiast.
I don't even go to shows. I just got commentate.
You just do commentary.
This is actually
I ain't even done commentary in like 5 years. So, am I really that much of an enthusiast?
Well, you always talking about it.
Where'd your enthusiasm go?
My enthusiasm here lately has been like getting on here and watching the Brilliant One have his Jerry Springer-esque show where everybody gets shot on live round. I mean, Mac Daddy Does got on here and absolutely destroyed Bunker during the Lucy Blade one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
It was, and I've been trying to get up with Dud since then, and like he called me one time. I tried to call him back. We just hadn't got back in touch. We need to get Duds on here. I need to get Mac Daddy Duds on here to talk about.
You do.
What's going on? But thank you, wrestling enthusiasts, for dropping in
and I do have a parting message. Chambers.
Yo.
Good luck on your show this weekend. And go get your ring back, man. Damn.
Oh, me and Shug and Bobby are gonna go get that ring back for him. Chris has just got time. I want to know if somebody's in here because you talked about somebody earlier, but I hadn't seen no messages from him, no support. Where's Jamie Powell out here?
Yeah, he works late. He's manager at his job, so he works late.
Gigolo? Deuce Bigelow, the Gigolo?
I live down the Manny Street.
I think that went over the head there. Old Milk Duds. I live down
the Manny Street.
Yeah, I managed him this weekend.
Yeah, Manny Street's a good young up and comer.
Yeah, we took on
Big Pop
Mustang Mike, and he cheated.
Wow.
Yeah, he cheated this past weekend. He talks about all his great things he does and how he does everything by the rules, but he cheated this weekend. That's the only way he could beat Main Street. We did a dance off, we did a pose off, and he did a cheat off. So, but anyway, Chambers, all right, we're going to have to get out of here. We've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
That's cool.
I know you got you got something to do. I know whether it be the candy bar or something, you got something to do. But let's talk about. Let's go through it. Night 1, night 2, because I gotta use the bathroom. So you and Hunter handle that. Night 1, night 2. Talk about that.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Uh,
Go ahead,
well,
billboard your show for us.
Okay. Yeah. Before I go through the matches, there's some cleanup
Simple.
duties. Because it's a youth rally. Not only is it a youth rally, but it's at a church. No profanity or vulgarities, obviously.
Of course. Yeah.
No alcohol or tobacco. This can't be emphasized enough. Bring your own chairs. We're a small church, and since they're helping us put on the show, we have very limited chairs. So bring your own chair. Clean up after yourself. That's typical. Here's some announcements. I've been announcing it on the CFWL page. There will be 3 different types of raffles. There will be both nights. There will be 50-50 raffles. There will be a special signed CFWL shirt from all the guys, and that will be raffled off. And then the third and the biggest raffle will be a mystery box. And in the mystery box, there will be different wrestling memorabilia, and they will be signed as well. I'm not going to say what's going to be in it, but it's going to be a nice box. That's going to be the grand prize. Those raffles will be the funds or the proceeds from that will go to the youth at the church and different others ministries and different other causes and stuff like that. There will be bracelets for Nicholas Walston's family. He was forever 17. That's how old he was. And all proceeds for the bracelets, $3 a piece, will go for them. There will be both nights. Get there early, even though it starts at 5 p.m. Be there early, like 4:30, because there will be meet and greets with Bobby Fish. It'll be signed 8x10s, $10 each, or a photo op for $15, or you could do a combo prize or combo price of $20. I would go with that. And then there will be an information desk when you come in, so they'll let you know where everything is. The why of the youth rally is this. It goes back to Nicholas Walston back in February. That was when I was out of work because my leg got hurt and stuff like that. But we're all going through a lot of things, and you don't want to the down of the world to bring you down. And so this youth rally is also to promote anti-bullying. It's also to promote the good cause, to help others who's going through dark times up here. And it's just going to be a great event all weekend.
It sounds like an awesome event. What'd you say, Brandon?
Did I miss anything?
Oh, you missed Chris talking about his his event and everything that goes along with it. And the youth rally and everything like that. And it sounds like it's going to be a great.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, because you don't have a wrestling show. I don't care if you brought in The Rock. I don't care if you bring in Stone Cold Steve Austin. You don't have a wrestling show unless you have Vladimir Koloff and the Brilliant One on it.
Most definitely.
Oh, Chris, get you a little toilet paper, wipe that off. It's a little brown right there. Because if you ever believe, most definitely, if you ever believe The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin is below the Brilliant One, you're wrong. But anyway. Larry Bartlett. Larry Bartlett showed up. You want me to tell you a little story about Larry? Larry, wave your hand real quick if you can. If you're out there still listening, and if Larry's not listening, somebody knows Larry, You know, what's up, Big Ramp, baby? Big Ramp, we got to talk. I'm going to
Yeah,
message
he's
you
down
later.
there. He's
We
in there. I
gotta
think.
get. All right, Larry, if you're in there, just say something. I got to tell a story about you. I'm probably going to be late because of work.
That's
Where
fine.
you working at? Where you working at? Chris Chambers, you touch on tobacco, also no pocket knives or weapons of any kind.
Yeah,
I hope
that's
there ain't gonna be no
obvious.
weapons.
That's obvious. That is so obvious.
Larry Bartlett's in here, so I'm gonna tell a story about Larry. What up, Chris?
What's
Ken's
up, Kenny?
Blades.
How you doing, bro?
Big man. Larry, I know you probably remember this. I always like Larry. Anytime that I've been around him, been around AWF, done anything with AWF. Library, man, who's spelling these words for you? But anyway, I'm just messing with you, Lenore. No cleavers allowed. No, you cannot bring cleavers. As you said, as he said, weapons are not allowed. You heard that from Bobby. And Bobby's going to get that ring
You
back.
can bring the pig.
But anyway, Larry, do you remember that back when I had my first podcast, King of Wrestling Podcast, and I was giving away a T-shirt? Larry Bartlett won that T-shirt.
Oh,
He was
cool.
the first one to ever win a King of Wrestling Podcast T-shirt back in the day. And, you know, got to meet Larry, and I got to do some work with Larry, and, yeah. Enjoyed it thoroughly. So, that was many, many moons ago. No weapons at a wrestling show. No tables, no chairs. That is weird. All right. So your show's this weekend.
Yep.
Go get your tickets on the website FRIEE, and you get front row. First come, first serve, right?
Bring your own chair, but yeah.
Oh, you got to bring a chair now?
Yeah, like
So I got to go to Walmart and buy a $30 chair. I thought you had chairs available. What are you talking about? You said
we have
free
limited
entry.
chairs available. We
I
have
thought
limited
there was.
chairs.
I thought I had a chair to sit in there. I didn't have to go buy one. Now you're
Yeah,
making
it's
me
like-
spend $30.
It's like an outdoor concert. It's like an outdoor concert, but no, we're a small church, so we got limited chairs.
What's it limited to? You?
No. No, we just got a limited amount of chairs, so just bring your own chair. Because we're expecting anywhere from 300 to 500 each night.
No. I'm gonna take my glasses off for this one. Okay. You said how many for each night?
It's a guesstimate, but with everybody that
guesstimate? What's a guesstimate? I know what an estimate is, but what's a guesstimate?
From what we have been sharing the word, we have been passing out flyers, but from confirmation of people who told us they're coming, it'll be between 300 to 500 each night, in that range.
Now, is that people or impressions?
People. And I don't have any impressions.
All right, so for the 300 to 500 people that are out there listening that are coming to the show, I just want you to know you got to purchase a chair at Walmart. They're $30, so just look at that as a ticket price. You buy a chair, you get into a wrestling show for free.
Or just bring a chair that you already have. It don't matter.
Can you just come and stand?
If you want to stand, that's fine too. It's up to you.
Okay.
I don't want to stand, Nick Hunter. I don't want to stand.
Some people might want to.
Hey, all right, let me ask you this. Are pets allowed?
Yeah.
So people
It's an
are like,
outdoor show.
because Kim Grimes says no cats are allowed. Is that true?
Well, there are allergies and they will get out, but Like I said, if
It's
they're seeing I
BYOB. Just bring your own beer, not bring your own chair. You're supposed to already
yeah,
have a
bring
chair.
your chair.
I'm bringing my own chair.
I'm not going to be sitting on the chair. I'm going to be on my feet all night. So yeah.
Well, I mean, the treadmill's what you're supposed to be on. I mean, you've already felt, like I said, you already felt Jenny Craig. You already felt Weight Watchers. I mean, have you
Hey,
ever seen a treadmill?
yes, I hit the gym before my leg got hurt. I was in the gym pretty much 3 days a week.
When'd your leg get hurt?
Back in October of last year, October 27th.
So right now we're saying 9 months you've been without training. You've been without a treadmill.
5.5 months. I've been slowly getting back to it as my legs strengthen up.
Well, now, look, 5 months ago was February. Six
No, I mean
months ago was January.
yeah,
7
5
months.
months ago from October is what I'm saying. Like October to 5 months. Now that my legs getting stronger, I'm starting to work out
But
more.
you just said, I have not been to the gym since October. That's more
Well,
than 5 months ago. Come on now. You got to get
my
these
math
things
is
straight. You got to
horrible.
keep people straight now.
My math is horrible. I'm telling you.
Uh, well, anybody's math, and like in Florida and Alabama and Mississippi, is terrible. I mean,
Touche.
there's no schools here. Brandon Turner, if I get to come, I might let you borrow one of my. I won't be there. I'm not booked. I'm not important enough to be booked. I'm not important enough to be booked. He books my client, but he don't book me. And you know what the best part about me is? I'm free, and I didn't get booked. I mean, that's the. Well, actually, I'm not free on my $1,000. I'm free, but here's the thing. Go support it. We want to get 300 to 500 people in the building Saturday and Friday and Saturday night, both nights. And enjoy the show. You get to see Bobby Fish. He wrestled for WWE with Kyle O'Reilly, NXT, did War Games. He's been in AEW.
TNA.
Let me get it out, Nick Hunter. You don't have to be the star of the show. It's called the British Show, not the Nick Hunter Show. But Nick Hunter, do elaborate on some Bobby Fish since you wanted to interrupt.
Yeah, well, Bobby Fish. I mean, he was on, and like you said, NXT, WWE, AEW, TNA, Ring of Honor. I mean, the guy's been all over the place, man. The guy's been all over the place, and now he's gonna be coming to Cross Faith Wrestling League, and he's gonna be tearing the house down with. He's gonna be teaming with, huh?
Oh, I was reading Marchko's thing.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
Read?
Who's his tag team partner gonna be?
It's going to be Hunter Young. Met him at Guardians Legacy.
Awesome. He's gonna be taking on. They're gonna be taking on Vladimir and Hunter Hendricks, right?
Brett, night one.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Bobby Fish, great tag team wrestler. As somebody pointed out in the comments, Red Dragon, with Kyle O'Reilly. I mean, and so hey, that's gonna be a good one right there. Vladimir Koloff, great tag team wrestler. In the Pride and everything like that. So hey, we got something here. We got something.
The
Let's
Pride.
go.
Who's the Pride?
Oh yeah.
Come on now. You tried to get Vladimir like a year and a half ago. You tried to get Vladimir to turn on his partner in the Pride, Charles West. You tried to get him to turn on Charles to join you, and then you finally get it to happen. And so you're telling me now all of a sudden you don't remember that?
You must have misread the information. That's misinformation. The thing
That's
is,
not.
I was trying to get Charles West the whole time.
Yeah, whatever. Sure, you were. Look. I can see straight through all your little plots and schemes. You just so happen to end up with Koloff now. Seriously, after all that, really, who were you really trying to get there, Brandon? Come on. I was there. I
Actually,
saw everything with
all
my
right,
own
you want
eyes.
to know the honest truth? I'll tell you. Since we got 50
Yeah.
likes, if we can get 60 likes, no, I'm just joking. I'll go ahead.
No, please.
Oh man, them likes. We did find out who the shoot show was, but I'll just say this: I was trying to get both of them, both exceptional talents.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Vladimir Koloff is the tippy top of the independent world, and I have not. I mean, Chris, you can go back to this. You've done podcasts. You did podcasts when I was doing wrestling podcasts as well. You did a sports show podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I've been praising Vladimir Koloff for years. Hell, MT, whatever. I praised you for many years. I, thought you were a great talent as well. But I've been praising Vladimir Koloff for, God, forever. Charles West, too. I was trying to get the Pride in as a package. I mean, that was one of the most dynamic tag teams in the independent scene.
Most of.
I mean, you look at Charles West, he took on Richard Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
He held the Alabama championship forever.
1,000
I
days.
mean, 1,000+ days he held the Alabama championship. He's held the Mississippi championship. He's held the tag team championships. He's held the AWA heavyweight championship. He's held it all. John Taylor did it first, but I'm just like, they're both exceptional talents. They're both championship materials. So, Blue Bolt is the shoot show. That could be a fact. Empty two.
I can tell you right now, that's fake news.
I'll tell a little story before we get out of here, because we got to get out of here, because people are getting bored of me, I'm sure. Brian Shaughnessy says a lot of great talent on the card for War Youth Rally. There really is. It's Vladimir Koloff.
Mm-hmm.
That is the talent. We went over that. But I'll say this. Blue Bolt and Charles West, Vladimir Koloff, J.C. Stokes, and Chris Papps. Another great talent. Another guy that he had that factor. He could go. He had the crowd behind him. We had our problems, but Papps, top guy. They beat Breeding Inc. in Solid Steel Warfare back in 2022, in July 2022. And I remember everybody was old enough to drink, and everybody poured a Pabst Blue Ribbon on Binky Jordan, one of my favorites right there. Binky. Why isn't Binky on, the show this weekend? I don't get that. Binky should be on the show. But anyway, that's beside the point. Solid Steel Warfare. Everybody in that ring poured a beer on me except for one. That was that blue turd. He poured chocolate milk on me. I drove 3 hours home that night, smelling like sour beer and chocolate milk.
Wow. Was it Yoo-hoo or chocolate milk?
It was both. I mean, it was just.
Don't waste Yoo-hoo. That's good stuff.
It wasn't Yoo-hoo. It was chocolate milk.
Ugh.
It was solid chocolate milk. It was like Borden's chocolate milk. Oh man, Sonny Pet cracks me up. I love him. He may hate me because he retired, but I love him. I love Sonny Pet. He retired, and we're gonna miss him. But you didn't ask for Pepsi. You asked for ibuprofen. But anyway, here's the thing. That night when I drove 3.5 hours or 2.5 hours home, smelling like sour beer and milk, Pinky.
Yeah.
3 beards, 1 live. There's only 1 beard here, baby. That's the brilliant one. That wasn't chocolate milk. What was it then, Kim, if it wasn't chocolate milk? Because it smelled like chocolate milk to me. But anyway, Chris, I hope you enjoyed your time on the Brilliant Show. You've been on here
You haven't.
2 hours and 33 minutes too long, but you've been here. Now tell everybody where they can get tickets. Where's that? www.where.com. Free.com?
Just show up. All the information is on the Facebook page. And like I said, just show up early, like I was talking to Nick earlier. Show up early for meet and greets. And
now, who am I going to get to meet if I show up early?
Bobby Fish, Vladimir Koloff. Well, you already know him. And all the other guys that are there.
I already know him. He's my client. Yeah, I know him. He just wanted you to think that. Man, I'm going to just tell you something. Let me tell you something about Bolt. I'll tell you a little secret. I pinned Bolt in the middle of the ring. Bolt was 20 years old when he poured that chocolate milk on me. It was not anything other than chocolate milk. I can tell you that right now.
2%.
No, it was the whole milk. It was the whole chocolate milk. But because I tasted it and I had to take a shot for it.
Ouch.
But anyway, man. Chambers, thank you for coming on, man. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't bust your balls too much. I know you ain't got any, but I hope I didn't bust the ones you did have out. Oh, speaking of which, Kayla Angel.
Yeah.
Kylie Angel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that really announced the free event. So fill us in on her.
She is she's like my sister. She is the wife of Jamie Powell, and she's really my go-to person because she helps me keep my mind straight, and she's an excellent part of the CFWO.
Awesome. All right, anything else you want to plug before we get out of here? We got to get out of here because I got to make sure nobody sees the end of the show.
Yeah, I just did the quick rundown of. I didn't do the quick rundown of night 2. We only talked about night 1, so I'll just give a quick rundown of that. There's going to be.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us right here on the Brit. No, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
There's going to be Asher Andrews against Hunter Young, Bobby Fish and Koloff in the main event, and then the finals of the CFWL championship tournament. We will crown the first ever CFWL heavyweight champion. And then there will be
who's going to be in the finals of that tournament?
Whoever wins between Murdo and Bodie.
Chase Madsen?
Whoever wins between Soldier and Bodie and Murdo and Zeus.
Juice and Thunder Liger are going to be there Saturday night and Friday night too.
And then we'll also have William Cullen there too. He's going to be facing Zeus Thunder, and whoever wins that match will have a special opponent on night 2.
Did you say William Cullen?
Liam Cullen, the Irish guy.
William Cullen.
I don't know how to say his name. Liam Cullen.
Liam or Willem? Will Cullen.
Liam.
Oh!
Liam Cullen.
The one that dropped to the bottom said no more chops. Okay, I got you. All right. Make sure you get your tickets. They're on sale at free.com.
Yes.
Just show up with your chair. You better have a chair. If you don't, you will be standing.
Yeah, just like I said, follow the page for information for everything, and because we're going to do some more promoting the next few days with more information and stuff like that.
Better do some promoting. It's Friday and Saturday. It's this Friday and Saturday. Do some promoting, man.
Oh yeah,
have you not been passing out flyers?
Oh, that's all we've been doing, passing out flyers, word of mouth, social medias, and I'm talking with Cat Country right now about potentially being there. Big country radio station down here.
Oh my God, Big Country. He played for the Vancouver Grizzlies. You know, he was drafted back in the day. Great basketball player. I think he was from Kansas or Iowa. I can't remember which one, but yeah, great guy. Great guy. Be there and make sure you check out Big Country. So, yeah, he was drafted by the Vancouver Grizzlies back in, I think, their expansion year. Was it 95? Yeah. So Big Country will be there. Jushin Thunder Liger will be there, and many, many more. Daryl Fish will be there. Vladimir Koloff will be there. Murdo Brown will be there. Chase Matthews will not. Will Brent Ladner be there? Scott Armstrong? You can say no. You don't have to shake your head. You can say the word no. You know, this is an audio podcast too. You know, you have to get it out there.
Yeah, no, and no.
Too many no's there. This is not the yes nation. It's the no nation.
No
but
nation.
anyway, thank you for joining us, Chris.
Shit.
Just hang in there for just a second. Hunter, Nick Hunter, thank you for coming on, man. It's been good. I hadn't seen you in a while. We got 53 likes. I told them who the shoot show was. We told them a surprise. We told them who the original opponent was. Man, we had a lot of things going on the British show today, and now you need to go buy that merchandise at brainbustertees.com. Get you a t-shirt, hat, or both. Get both. Remember, you can listen to this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Amazon Music, Audible, and any podcast platform you can find it on. Also, if we're going to be doing a new deal coming June the 12th, we're going to have a 20-year vet watching a match, doing commentary on it right here on the Brilliant Show live. So if you want to, you can submit your match to brilliantinc21@gmail.com. Thank you for joining us, Nick Hunter. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, man?
I just want to say thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it.
I think we did. We got one more. Brian Chauncey. Show was awesome. See y'all on Friday, Saturday. Won't see me. I wasn't booked. $1,000 booking fee. If we can work that out, I'll possibly be there. Nick Hunter, thank you for coming on. We're going to have to get you on every week, man. I don't know why you've been skipping weeks and stuff. But thank you, man. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good night, and hope you enjoyed.
Lights blaze bright, it's a glorious sight. The champ of the mic owns the night. With a mind so slick and a suit so clean, he's running this ring like a wrestling machine. From gold-plated deals to jaw-dropping schemes, he's the mastermind of your wildest dreams. Stand up, take note, bow down if you can. It's the Brilliant Show with the Brilliant One. He's the man.